ana bakaya nan saying omode ato wo ho so wo man kasa do madajo musika fa capacity training and ma the 47 constituencies ewo asantemam hanam no wo mo se omo boabo mo eno omo yi masotre so omo boabo so omo bewram ewo ahafo buno is no media trem ade akọ the other 15 regions aka no enyina anopai omo mienu company fo a meni omo sinkonwa eofia na meni mienu enso so aka won ho sa o hwei anase utie no ya dwendwene oman konkono Ghana ho sanso so na lawyer George Opon presiding member bebato Kwabre East Municipal Assembly omukropon mampon twen ono so eka ho a yetra se na yedi enkomo yabuafo no Suzy Herbal Center winim se womode omunrei 9 Sibi Malakio Sibi soap Sibi men's capsules and afi Sibi women's capsules odi omu atonchan a mebacho CD Herbal company ensu kremu ene anopay CD ointment and CD capsules no womu aye ediaba Abua Adasapa, Lawson Herbal Clinic, Diano local mixture, Delayman capsules, and afi Lawson Herbal mixture, Ghana Herb Therapeutics, womo ade Ghana Man capsules, mebacho Poster Joy capsules, and a Ghana Bam no, and so Abanako PM, our Joy Industries Limited, womo diano vehicle 20, a mano esanbanese VK, a doorway, Yanyanum, Yamamenum, Sabe, Mamutemi, Amoyamo gas nom. Omuamana omun fedre enyagro kra vehicle 20 no ebo adwuma classic ointment no so yenku o de sasa na wo wedie no amania da ho kama na wo namani sasa no ayi ade afi wo ukopiem awo kantin kono a mebacho Solak Natural Clinic o maso ye na yeko wo mso nrei no Zebman capsule panyan wo batedane Solak mixture no ewo honom afi Postafet capsules and a Tupain ointment and then the capsules no omode eno so abeka ho akonto we 7 last stop Jumas recruitment tourism and sports consult odibo to quite far na when you asumdwe akobo bra victory garlic mixture eno so ekremu enne anopeya ebo adwuma pa untouchable de no bebacho miensa Spanish 3 powers combined eno Spanish ginkgo capsules and afi Spanish garlic mixture and capsules eno so ekremu ya catch us encha kra na ebranda bia enyume nonson aboapa meter just at 7:30 shetam no so 7:30 p.m. mebacho sofo Ransford obin preach ya na the new TV series ayedeba Wontumi TV so no Kobo Odiamono Productions ene Wontumi TV akaboma yede Kobo new TV series no bro every Tuesday 7:30 every Tuesday 7:30 9 p.m. every Friday na ya sign a repeat the amamo if you want to be a sponsor opese dwumadie obabo wajaton de dawuro awoso ana se wo product bi na opese obabo hu dawuro awoso ba advertise ya for sponsorship no over 0245 68 75 47 and I feel 0243 166 324 a Kobo bringing back the olden days. Maman kwa manusoi na mene Dr. Kwame Amponsa Achano program manager of immunization program Ghana Health Service mineno eninkomo papa machai
yeja o mejoso
mejini se apom eye
na me adom ye hoye
de yankopon se eda wase so ne da bia wadaji no bra onya ede mai COVID-19 national campaign no vaccination day no ipacho ya launch wie no what next
yo mini can share for what next they say if yami adu if you chade kono health workers gallant health workers omo bua ni akwetia saa yare ya abe hayen omo nkuku nkaka ebe come mantem edumu so betra hospital clinics anymore na yashe baimbo pania yedi kuetia coronavirus no mukena idea juma yigusu ye dada na emom ye free bi periodic intensification ti wo mu a na wakanya mu kakra se de be ya manfo be hu se ye ndae na emom tila yo battlefront ye di akọ nti efiri ochina ekosi ne kwasi adaso juma e be di no craft kwasi adakra e beto aso by the to the usual juma ye no said ye no dada nti we die na otwe a ana nanu ya ye die sigu ye su die ye share ban bo pan ye no mokena nti ngusu kasa nyina manfo egu ho a eguso e ya ahoboa ye was supervisors ne ade a ya small mo so mo kohwe dwumadi no from national level bi so craft regions no ebe court mentionment no akohwe dwumadi no
minim se moye nsusuye bi se mfi na bi ankwesi ni kwesiada no na nipa dodo bi a mo hwe nim se mo betimi capture mu in this vaccination week here.
You say o hwe mu a somba kaya de botae bi sie ni so se enka afie twa mu no nko na wie no na ya wo nipa opipi edu no 20 million. Very ambitious target. Unfortunately, ya men ho fampo. Nti uhwe mu sisia ye wo nipa about 7 almost 7.5 million na omode omo ho ahye mu dada. Ebi mo anya baako, ebi mo so anya mienu. Nti meka say ebi mo ye fully vaccinated, ebi mo so anya. Nti ukote saa 7 every 20 mo ana chese wo nipa opepedu nyensa so mo nya bi kura. Nti omo ka ho omo ye target afi so omo a omaji bia omo nya de ni mpre no so no so e ka ho na afi de samo mutiti update a de aba ye free bi booster e se kran so apen for so ka ho ti omo nya ka target no ho nti ye hwese hwie bi e betimi deploy 2.5 million doses nti not necessarily nipa 2.5 million emom betumi ma panie no panie bono mako 2.5 million within those 5 days. Possible. A very difficult target there, but it is possible to achieve.
Anase for anazo musu a omubepie akomonte so akodi sa adwumadi no anyama omubehia hyehyɛ wo sɛ moyɛ nyinaa no SCP
say no sa hoboa de obi ani ho ya hoboa wie na emom ebeka sɛ vaccine no ene ho akade nyinaa kodada and ye we launch the NHS ya ye crowd wa de sa nti egusu so a ye fi ase pe so ye ka say supervisors ne ade so kwa nti as we go no problems nkete na e ho no na ye solve ko nti ya ye crowd.
All right. Omo ntefa kwa bia omu ebekọ omanfo na so na akobo won pane no se me wo no obi ba me ho ade na menhwehwe mfini ho a ma me enya dance die se ampa Ghana Health Service for na asoma no.
Oh, so mu be ha ye normally ye kuta special bag bi adaka bi e de sen ye ho eno de enya de ye tonton no basa nti eno ni affair sessions de e to so mi no bo hu so mo hyehyehye o mo nurse ntade ni ntoma ntade ni bi enye nipa ba akopeso na obi hu no normal o mi mi no ana mi ensa bu kra ye nine na o mo abo so obi so hye yellow ni a cho vaccinator e wo so nti bada chance de kese pa no ni yadaka na esan ye ho
Siketua bia sunim
Pacho mante
siketua bia sunim te se de nim na
David siketua bia nim e free of charge siketua nti obi a so obi corner okutua sika na say sa ni pa kra na edi kan chi no.
All right.
Free.
Look, let us have a pay.
Yo, Mr. Damascene kwa mda.
Dr. Kwame Amponsa Achiano, a program manager, immunization program, Ghana Health Service. And he said, a buying a sinkete and yabre, say, and panian obenyabi, amo man for Duduana, Senye Nampa, Duduana etimi awubi, na okwa ye kun etia COVID-19 yarino, Ghana yenso so enya fapem papa anase ginaye papa de etia sa okun anko mencha Professor Christopher Amia Ekumfi board chair Public Procurement Authority Nafi Oye and National Chairman hopeful of the NPP. Papa baby I will be on paying. We say a very good morning to you. And chair Lebacho aso ane foku ababetena se na omude de obokrata no nsem no na poso no enso aba sanso ane ebeto akoso a adi nkomo no ba mienum yensabi akaso akaho ewo ahoma so ansa na brepam no mabedafoi ebegiwo na dwa meniomu enso adi nkomo asemi araho na eduro bia na se asa enika na ebisa mo se Ghana krampo no say yantu din the Republic of Nyamebe kire na asese sem no dapa mete yese abanka chipanyini a owo Huni Valley empotem wonom bogoso apiati ensensem yesiye se omanfo a omabetwire omudin se womu enomoti apiatu a womu ho ekaaye no womu edoso yese na omatwire di na ma na buru nipa dodo a na mentioning kratam no omunim se womote apiatu kro no munyina na mebuza se sabi we no nipa bonesam ana se genuinely awuyehie mu an omakọ ena omupese omufasa akwan no so ema omususu omunsa ka bibi ana se sei alpem mabejafwe ebetenase a yebehwe the Ghanaians attitude me pa cho yebedi ho ankom sandra wate se prosecutor wono ana ebokọ adu nsɛmwa esiya rawosam masabadwani a no wo abuakwa north era JB dankwa ono so ekọ ne krachi no opani se enema anka ebetimi aboa mana kokota kwaka ne nsɛm eyiye no ayira tesa report no ayira nu ba bia fa otukwan ne laptop asane computer na saa ne ma no tweto no records no was no obaye ne akronfo abefa ayira anyway mamene ora Isaac Sikana eni enkomo economics lecturer Ghana Technology University College. Oh, okay. Ghana Technology University College is a communication mo year frame. Menino eni enkomo Bank of Ghana am maintaining policy rate at 14.5. I just say, how can the business community take advantage of this? Abani Mache.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Policy rate yedimun command so for the purposes of education, womumpa besina umuyadanti ase no. Yede be ya na afi fa so de ekwan bay na adwadefo betima position won ho a womu ebetumi enya mfaso afi babia ya ababedri emu.
Yo me da se ti sene be ya yina be ti ase nti policy rating no it is say wakobo bosia I say the rate is the price of money nti sene wokoto anka wo kromu a ya de buoto so no buo na wotua no saa na wo kwa kwaje bosia nso a utia bribi eno ni the policy rating nti policy rating no Bank of Ghana na set a policy rating no na oye mfan say ye nsihu a ye de ma commercial banks no any other financial institutions no so more equity loans ewo Bank of Ghana ho afi because of certisanti a tool senior carpenter ni use hammer ne prengo no Bank of Ghana and so no ni tool o use or the control money supply ewo economy ni mo senior be ya obeti media control enyoma beti say inflation ni ade enti nyame adom policy rate na Bank of Ghana release no or say we maintaining no and who's so ni na say the price of money hasn't changed in Sihua yenya ewo bosia ho no enya ade a ese e change na arehosem ne say on say commercial banks no mo koji sika no free Bank of Ghana no mo de ba omo so no omo de bebo bosia na omo de bono omo charge 14.5% no a interest rate of the money no be say akosoro obi charge 19 cc a obi charge 21 cc a obi mpo charge 22 since man e ba ne sa ne say omo the charges be ekeka so what I say omo the charges be ekeka sometimes transaction cost and a lot of things omo ekeka ho kadiye into ube who say policy rate no e wo form there na so no interest rate na ankwankwe na omo kwakwaje bosia no eya na stela no insehu na wo no eda so e wo soro intermediate mafutu ne say apart from the policy rate no ISR no aban ne modern say obeboa na interest rate no any banks no be kasa na afi conditions ni ade no obeboa ma interest rate no so no back from more, even though baby one would compare previous years above from there, but it is still high when you compare it to other countries, especially European countries that can be on wire bench mark near the one a bay away. Minka Samebo buying a basun so. It's a Oko America, homo policy rate in a basro. Oko UK, homodiano, a basro. But abino are maintaining yediano at their maye. All things being equal, no. What it means is that we are expecting say in Sihua a war ye loan when you are the answer and yes say a costro. Inti business communities, there would only banks in the year Jumada that year, then you don't need to fear, nothing has really changed. You can take advantage of it now after only a month or so editor.
Yeah, now control bay and a buying a war or these commercial banks, no, so say policy rate no ebia or the buffer mutino, so see one a month for about Naso Bejibosia, Umudi Simuno, and also so beba from Libya. Young comes be a policy rate at the buffer from the so no, who call these commercial banks no, Umudu Musimuno, was so.
Control ni die say na mbi ka chire mo no o so okwaji loan na ye wo charges bi a ekeka ho so transaction charges ni ade obeye insurance ni ade nti sa nyoma ni na ekeka ho eba na beye sa no so na o hwe the default rating so for individuals and to start buying and also I was so these are all the components a year a become Emma policy rating echo interest rating echo if a policy rating here 14 interest rating to me for 19 and I say 20 and at the last thing here the margin bank and also at the become maybe on also open fast into also the kakra ebeka and no enna ebia aban no betimi we call it moral suasion. You talk to them, you talk to their conscience for them to look at it, because it will be more charging policy rate and will be charging 19%, will be so charging 21%. So I just say into you talk to them to see the need that you almost with me on the agenda of the government in industrialization, in getting money into the system.
All right. Before sir Obakora and apprentice, can na bomwa your policy rate, baby, ababe drew your foreign reserves, your debt to GDP ratio, GDP growth, budget deficit, need your fiscal policy. Okay, can na bomwa economically Ghana hinen ya babejina in the midst of COVID-19, menfanka.
Your condition is very tight. Buying institution in your money is on income and expenditure. So, your budget a fee Yeah, they call parliament, you know. Aban is expecting, I think somewhere 100.4 billion revenue. The expenditure of it, you know, that was so. And in there is some deficit. You have to see the core. You should see a bubble here. Now, yeah, the aye. Now, so deficit we know. Aban bet me at twice when you have more revenue.
Yeah.
Looking at the conditions, you know, as you see, I any the brouhaha of me passing levy, me passing levy, any a home, your man. Aban is very tight, and your mind is very tight. Coupled with prices are air cost near the end. Into comparatively, what you compare your peers in the African sub-region, we are not doing bad. But what I'm saying is that the conditions, you know, COVID-19 global economic crisis, you know, are bad because of COVID, you know. We are really running a tight economy.
What are you not expecting government to do, and what are you expecting government to do in these times?
What I'm expecting the government to do is to be disciplined. You see, it is all about discipline. There's the argument there. I have spoken in several platforms there. Your conditions in this year, woman, the government should go to IMF. But if the government is not going to IMF, then you have to be disciplined. You go to IMF, the only thing on say, okay, we want to give you credibility. So don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. I didn't say yes, what me. If you be disciplined, now within 1 or 2 years, no, ube to me, I control expenditure. Now we're generating more. Automatically, your ratings will go up, and you can go in for those loans, no anchor. I am only saying the government should be disciplined. The discipline will mean say we are efficient in whatever that you spend. You reduce corruption. Look at the Auditor General Sika because of misappropriation in especially government institutions in Yadi. So if we can be disciplined and then in our expenditure, now you reduce expenditure and corruption and those things now. We are good to go because of my we are worse off. We can generate the money. Yeah.
An expenditure cut of 20%, government machinery. Who is saying, okay, and I said, a quanimuka grant, and they, finance minister Becca said, are buying like office of the government machinery. A car, Mubana Senka, and Yamon best spend no more cutting by about 20%. From where you sit, Nankaba Quanimuka grant, and I say 20% now in name you will spend practically be a baby bizo akaho.
And one of our canals, I ask them, yes, leadership by example. You are buying, you see, when you are a leader, not say, person won't mind for your greedy, person more proper, now I'll start to say, oh, proper. Not a proper, only any chammy, I say, you know. So also better. Into the expenditure cut is in the right direction. And one year in a year can say, looking at the conditions, you know, government should cut expenditure. So one cut expenditure, you see, even when you get every money in the world, into that is in the right direction. I feel, you know, and you say, other loopholes is in Kofofa, the draining of mine on the Adianina, no, they have to try as much as possible, say, I tell you, say, on mine who do things, you know, individuals who are willingly, they would want to help.
E-levy.
Abaya yadie.
E-levy. What do you make out of the commentary, the discussion, the argument for and against e-levy?
You see, Minia, Osha e-levy, no, me, I have always made my point there. What do you share budget anymore? No, so who read the budget no? Yeah, shall see a pound a table be wo. I did the component of the revenue so any expenditure na kawo. I buy 100.4 billion of its own yano. Watch it, your person, baby, or being free. Ebia, NHIS, menya say a free ho. But menya we a free ho. Over the 11 in the end ho. So what it means in say 11 no. Say yenya when ya the cano and I see one pass here. Okay.
So I buy the first one just can so better.
So better. Now, Nyame trying to say already no, we have a budget deficit. Okay, a budget deficit of I think 33 of it.
Yeah.
37.
Yeah.
I buy no say that's because we decide say your revenue ni ensunti. Your bebo posiani e dia so. Then you be ya nioma me pese me yen matini aye. Enunti the only thing you trying to say 11 no one pass here. The deficit in the cost into Bosia buying here no so the cost. But what I say?
Yeah.
That is it. Enunti the argument of say 11 yam pass here economy in the crash no. Market who mentia say say 11 yam pass here. What you have to do is say, any work them say me find a brewa. A final a cemetery expenditure so je bia wo find the nunya.
To be a 10 kilometers, I may take 5 kilometers.
Yes, I say no. And now say me kwaje botiano amamatiaye. Now we are in a tight corner because of the ratings in the snow abano. And since the 11 no one pass buying the also yen say so okay expenditure so. Na afi so when we say almost the people about Tampa project, you know, young entrepreneurs. Yeah. Then what it means is don't mean yet. And not just say the economy is going to crash. You just have to cut your expenditure. You know, so why you talk about car, mamia? Because the man can talk car. No, it's simple. All right. Over the years, you know. Over the years, you know, government did budget bar. Same year, almost review budget, mid-year budget bar. Over the culture say, you can see a pesastic, yeah. Into it means 11 by 11 1 mile. You can win ya. Into the Quajabosiano and after cut the expenditure. All right. Now, sir, we need a soon chat. No, be a hontono.
Okay. I'm grateful.
Yeah, that's the meaning.
Isaac Sikena, economics lecturer, Ghana Technology University. Okay, that was that from policy rate, Bank of Ghana, Baby Rem, e-levy, and our economy in the midst of COVID. 45 minutes after 7, Fuku Awaha, Aso, and so Abetasi, time ason, Yankwe, na. Infa OBD, the Wokratano, and so Emerald. Number Mache? Mohoye. Oh, okay.
Nana, you offer.
Offer sample. So my catch say Mutu Crew, me home, Mutu Crew. Aha, and Munti Crew, and Crew no my.
And our fire chow.
Aha, sample. Aha, Madam for me, Wontumi so.
What fire chacha?
What for fast? What for sample? What for fast?
Sabe quando what time you saying? na ofa e moache ya moache
ofa de be WhatsApp o hene ba na ya mo time
ofa e moache pa
na bia so ye yo
na
mo che ofa sample mo nche na kusi nka ho na kusi
na kusi ya moache obia be didi na kusi ya moache na me po yando so ache
sese
asoka
ni sika se mo fom
eno heba bo register be
ya menta cheche na do pa ni sika onde tontom ka de onya de so botom ko be yaka
ye wo fa na be
asokwa de shake ni ye papaya o secretary no ande kakra o no
ande papaya o me chia o ye chia
o ko no amaka kakra ko be ma ofu okupon
ene se no so ye kama o we say ye de be jinsisa
Yanko.
The Woka Tahudu Abeja so ene anopei. Nitini koni sisi nikoto jena beti na bacho na bakoni na posona hadie. Oba yechwe chiakanu.
OBD.
Obia bedidi. Na yebe buru hesia. Na kata yebe buru hesio ene dey no. Kusia enfadie.
Yenfa times nkoi.
Yenfa Ghanaian Times. Amro hesio ene anopain. Wo Ghanaian Times ga ubo krata no ani mu hono mu a. Na chese Dr. Patrick Kuma Boaje Ghana House Service penia wadano and wo chese ne fonum ena mpenifodi esi ho eye campaign we nya batobo campaign. Eye se be ya o my Ghana ye betime nya wo bia na coronavirus pania no atimi a wo bi no ho asem e wo hono na afen so wo de atodwa a kire se Ghana Health Service nipa 10 million COVID-19 panie no na chese wonu abobo bi o my Ghana na wo chese
almost 10 million vaccine doses vaccine no doses no 10 million
panie no mako ye empe a opepedu opepedu na wo hwa ayi nkran mantemu a wo chese nananom ayemfo akese ya wonu ho no that's I was say wonu mo bote man nsase no ho ban eye nungu amanche kai ahemfa kese no eye wo ma sede se wo mo bo ho ban and I was just yemfa Ghanaian Times the workata no so
ene na chese daily graphic okunini ena mede beto aso na so em says answer na no ohine ma be di nkoma answer na ato so na we se menko mani musa anope krata ne so ensem bebre no na dia ba ne wo hwe okasafo nyina ni mo no musa no a Utah kimpanifo etuate a wona mate na enei Ghana mofra kwadin tete e wo university ahodo ene no entasentase aka wona mo sisi ade empanifo kire se wo ma ye ready pa so amani mpanifo betena se amanti ase apamono wo matimede wo monsa ahyase
mamenko ahomano so na mene honorable Abdullah Zubairu ODC Pusiga Menino any enkomo. It is being reported say some people believe to be jihadists. Nipa 12 ewo I don't know if I got the name of the community right. Ebe Kulugu Ghana Burkina Faso border no so no jihadists yakuku nipa 12 ewo honum. Mene honorable DC ni enkomo. Good morning, sir. Hello, Honorable DC, good morning, if you can hear me.
Good morning, how are you, my brother?
I am doing well here, how about you?
I can hear you, good morning, how are you?
I'm doing very well, how about you too?
By the grace of God, we are also doing well.
And the good people of Pusiga?
I said, by the grace of God, we are doing very well.
Great. What can you tell me about the incident yesterday? We are reading and hearing about some 12 people being killed by some people suspected to be associates of jihadists. Any confirmation to this effect, and what can you tell me so far?
Yes, good morning to your viewers and your listeners. Yes, it is true that there was an attack across the border in Burkina Faso. That was on Saturday morning. But as to the number of casualties, that is what I cannot confirm.
But you can confirm there were some recorded deaths.
Yes, I was told there were some recorded deaths.
Respectfully, if you can hear me, lower the volume of the television set so that we can have a free flow of conversation. It does appear I'm having some feedback here. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Great. So, was this something you were anticipating, you were expected to happen, or it took you by surprise?
Let me take you through my district so that you understand. And
Great,
know
I'll be
why
grateful.
it shouldn't be something that that is too surprising to us.
Mm.
You know, Pusga is at the other corner of the country that is sharing border with our two neighboring countries. That is both Togo and Burkina. At the east, we are sharing border with Togo, and at the west, we are sharing border with Burkina Faso. And about 60% of our landmark is sharing border with the two neighboring countries.
Mm.
So that tells you how the district is. So you are all aware of the happenings in Burkina Faso. And these happenings did not start today. And because of that, government have been able to put in a lot of measures to be able to control, if for anything at all, excesses that may be coming from the Burkina Faso into our territory. Don't also forget that our borders are closed, but the porous nature of our boundaries will make it difficult for you to be able to completely control movement, apart from the main border points that the immigration officers together with other security officers will be able to check and make sure that they apply the rules accordingly. But if you go to the other portions where we don't have the security officers, human beings can be able to trek in and out, and that is what is happening. So the incident that, like you said, happened across the border in Burkina Faso in a community called Bongande. Our information is that there is a mining center in that community where people go there to mine. And in that mining sector, according to the information we are taking, there is a foreigner, that's a white man, who also works in the mining sector. And that the attack was targeted at the white man. So it has brought a lot of fear and panic within the mining sector. So everybody was running to escape. So what actually happened within my jurisdiction was that, you know, because of the closeness of our borders, we intermarried. So our sisters from this part of the country who happened to marry people in that community were also forced to run back to their parents to get the situation calm before they go back. So they were the people who came back to their parents, and the news picked it as they were refugees who had flown from the Burkina portion to our district. But the incident wasn't something that has taken a very serious dimension. It was just like, and then people have to flee, and after some time, the whole situation get back to their normalcy. So all those who ran, the men were able to go back to their working places. But there's women who were Ghanaian married to the Burkinabe at the scene of the incident. They came back to their parents across our border here in Ghana. So that is the situation that had occurred. So DISEC is putting in measures. We are going to meet again today to review our plans and see how we are going to work towards making sure that the district is protected and nobody from the other end will be able to intrude into our district and cause harm.
All right. So, Chief, let me ask, how is DISEC defining this attack? Is it some sort of a robbery attack, or can we say it's a terrorist attack? As you rightly said that the situation around your area is that porous because of these two neighboring countries and the happenings over there.
I think the happening in Burkina Faso can be likened to that of terrorists or jihadists, because they hide and attack and then that is it. So you cannot tell which institution or which group of people they will be targeting the next time. So there is that kind of fear from their people, even though our understanding is that their target was more on government installations and government officials. But the civilians were not a major target with regards to their activities.
How daring is the situation?
The situation is not as bad as we are hearing, but it is also too good for any country to experience, because the movement in Burkina Faso today is very restricted because people are very careful about their movement. You cannot tell where you are going to bounce on them, because these people, they are hiding and will just emerge and then attack, and then they are gone. This is how the situation is. So there is that kind of fear on the people about their movement. So for us in Ghana, we are also affected in the sense that, just like I said, we do virtually the same economic activities. Our people go there to do business. Likewise, they also come in to also do business. But for the border closer and these activities, it has made the movement and the economic activities to actually slow down, which is affecting us as a district. We get a lot of our RGF from those activities.
Okay.
But these activities have now reduced the rate of movement from Ghana and that of what? The Burkina Faso.
And how is the collaboration between our security agencies and that of the security agencies in the community that find themselves within the confines of Burkina Faso and Togo, working out to avert such future occurrences?
I think the good news is that when I took office, I realized that the three countries, we are almost the same people doing almost the same activities. Our only difference is the border lines that separates us. So I decided to make a move, and that move was that if we are able to work together as one people, bringing our forces together, it will help us to fight crime. So in 2018, 2019, we constituted what we call a tripartite meetings That is, we in Pusiga district, with that of the nearest district in Togo, which is Sankasi, and that of what? Burkina, which is Sankanduri. The political heads, together with all the security chiefs, will organize a meeting in the form of expanded dissect meetings, where the three country securities will share ideas, and as well as we, as the political head, will also share ideas. So this move has actually helped to reduce the rate of crime, because before then, somebody can just leave Togo and come in to Ghana and then cause a mayhem and run back. Or somebody will leave Ghana and go there and then come back. Because they know there is that kind of boundary delimitation from the two countries, you think you are safe. But with this move, it is easy. You see the police commander in Togo just picking a phone and calling our police commander in Ghana here, and they're able to discuss issues and come with some solution. Likewise, our army commander can be able to call the other army commander in the other country. The same way too, my colleague DC there can just take a phone and call me when there are issues. So this move has actually helped to address many issues within the border, and it has been good for all of us.
Honorable DC, I'm grateful for your time this morning. We wish you the goodwill and the tenacity to stand this test of times.
We also thank you so much for your concern. But what I just want to assure you and your viewers is that we are good. The situation is not as serious as we are anticipating. And we are going to continue to liaise with central government and whosoever is going to be of help to make sure that our borders are safe, and these activities in Burkina Faso should not be able to spill over to affect us in Ghana here. That is my word.
Have a fruitful day. Honorable Abdullahi Zubairu, a Pusiga DCE. Couldn't say what we Benkulugu, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Togo, border so. Also, any Fuku, Papa no say.
Fuku,
yo, Papa no, Edrube,
and I'm wanting.
Edrube, no,
never be a dream. Shall I say, be a child?
Maybe a shall say, woman, a crabber.
Someone can't tell me you are much into winter. It didn't go for every baby a dream. Shall every baby a child, if you never go to baby a dream.
Wait a minute, I never
as I've been to the tier with Jan said. Ghana any Togo ni Burkina bottom one border no sunu krubi honum na no me dey say nipa bonfu bi akura o manipa be dumienu sa na yete say omu akodwomu kra from some but ono no nchechim no kire say there is a mining activity ekoso e that area huntino omu preliminary investigation and say informants our matter say broni bi o honum a nanka ono no mo target no enti in that operation no na man nipa bi e prepare ya wajitum se ebiawu but as to number na de anope Wontumi kanya sisise bia sei anasisi nanso no wajitum se ne ekoso Burkina ani Togo ntino amma omompotem honum no Bible ho nsem ni asomdwie na hu kakra ewo manfo ho nanso no one Bible fo a ewo Togo ne Burkina fo nyina aka bo mumudiem ho nkomo omo hwese se de tibia city ono mbeso anu fi se nipa nyina na akwese baako ade eche omu ntema yese bia border no na echiche omu ntema omu ware omu ho omu hia omu didwa ye bibia baako nanso so no ye ne ewo hanom no maye mane mmo ehu sani ye tete no entesa enema nya boko horum de nanso entesa omu gusua se omu ni aban beka bum na bibia adadin sani
mama no ami ansano this
o ta be kabia ko
baby am ka ye Baby, money company no hono. Hono me car.
Man dey yawo pa.
Hono man che.
Obo se odi di man no yawo. Yan to aso.
Eti yanko enim na sade Ghana ne Asante man nyina age yatum no hene ba wonim. Ghana for say yetena se a eya na bibia enyo mo de se ye de obon krata no ne di no. Eno.
Oh yes. D. Obia bedidi.
Eti ye ko enim ye de we ni so hu. Se wantie bia wa ye ho pa na ka me akwa se wasaka poma na so wanwam no. Enu to daily graphic okuni ni no a na megusu a megina yi na enkrapopo ne manta musuafo adwumawura onimonyafo Henry Kwate ne dwumadi a wode abebo aze e won krapopo ne manta mu operation clean your front say ye manchia baby a yetena edidwa ye mfie ye mpotamu ye beprapra ho ne munyina na ehwo atenwan no ene krata ne bomu nchemu se krapopo ne manta mu sa dwumadi ewei empanifo e de bese so say den ya anope okuni ne graphic na wuji bie na mpanifo adwuma so a won mu die no won so watimi ehunu bie na ase hanom so ene ne da ho se boyi ye breje ana age pataku ene nsrepie no ene contractors e wo man mu akasa mu kire mu se match bosome kia ne ke maku eduonu numu die empani be ni nyina awie ama Ghana ban so etwa nwumem ama yen yetimemfo ne so yetimi enya ho emfaso
ma yemfa braso sam da bokrata chronicle anto etiefo so na wo hwe braso sam da bokrata no animu na no pay a ansamo na papa bi adresse te said de wo kwa akon no koku anyidohu
Koku the boo.
Abebe no kra na
Koku the boo.
Aye chana say
atese minim se no kwa akon
ena
kombesa
I don't get this. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. If you don't get it, forget it. You know, him say J.E. Mills. May he so rest in peace. Otiasie, Owuye, Niwechi. It was about the legacy. Ne one somebody koku. And now someone. You know him. The neglector, John Mahama Crampo Abang, or Telco as president, neglected now. Name someone welcome one Finco Pem say, Kukunato Num Tubacas and another Danko Kufadra Bangi by a Muamode Buano said they will protect the legacies of J.E. Mills and Asumgie Park, the Atamils Institute. And they are Kodako, sorry, I see the Atamils Heritage, the bed, one knee, and some Bubrija, Omubua, Koku, say Kuku. It's in Washabembeno.
Oya papa bia ade bandage abone na asa na menim se piopi so na na hwemu na o chese takwa posi for tumi a wonu ma kire ya papa ikoka sasabonsam ya no ya kire no mboro no ni ade wode na hia sema kwa akoto IGP anim na ahwe no ase de abanage ni na ya watuwe oka kire posi ni se sasabonsam na posi for so agiga ana afenso no ya say enkofo bi ti mu po ya wonu mo bo se enko mu crucify nzima east MC etwati ana afenso no ya say NPA National Petroleum Authority mpenimfo wo mu ene Kenya mpenimfo so ade wonu machia nti na say no wasem wo na say
say NLA renegotiate KGL multi-million CD deal. Some good fellow day of say our Hamano so senior good fellow Marche.
I na Bibia Boko.
Namiadu Bibia Boko so here.
Me hoye pa na monzo.
Namiadu me hoye the unblemished Director General couple Samuel Kono so here.
Yera Samuel Kuhuye pa no ye dey say abo papa.
Ye de Nyankopon ase. Ehyehyɛ ya moni KGF for aye no de firi mu aba no boy amane na no pay.
Ehyehyɛ ne de ɔhene emu ɔde pa na memfa akonya so entia opemso Asante Menra ene na hemfo omo Kumasi na minchia NLA Jumayefo a omo Kumasi ne yen lotto marketing operators ne ye LMC sani omo ye adwuma nyina na oyne beye efisia miensa etwam yini and as part of government digitalization agenda the management of the NLA then at the FAO Mutum almost say and then Vice President spearheaded the agenda to drive a digital economy. Say almost say in your mind no you defa abefo kwanso na ema efficiency ba na NLA so no na as so Mutum ye bibi fa because the argument then was that people in Kofor say omwa betina omo comfort of their homes na omo tumi ediduma sana betting companies omwa start betting start na uko betting centers so kona nipa bebre gu ho na nkofo twa nkofo videos no mo sere omo and betting companies na start a movie to the digital platform to meet now ufie na wa phone so we out here adwuma mu na ho video bi kra obi ti asori dem na o try again into these are some of the rationalization behind us having a digital platform. Now so our digital platform conversation and the management then had some conversation with some agreements with KGL. Into KGL signing an agreement for KGL to run the digital platform. Now that agreement, now in two phases. There was a 2-year trial piloting phase.
Okay.
Now after 2 years, they will sign a substantive agreement. Now that was part of the whole package. Now the initial agreement, the first year, now it's a KGL NLA 20 million seeds. Second year, now it's a movie called 25. Now the third year, I call 30. Now third year we and ever two year as a meal.
Yeah.
Into president appointed year as a meal for about 2 years there was a conversation like that. None of the jobs so on to a mobile now on also on share agreement anymore. Now on day into you're holding on we started having a conversation. The Asama Yera Samia Uku, one of the discussions of KD of what new we need here. So come on, but he will not take the same amount that was agreed in the previous agreement.
Sikano Umunusa.
And no, his vision for the NLA to increase our revenue. Now, to me, Enyesika, and so able to me the Abua, actually to consolidated fund in Luna, Etimabua nation building. He was of the view that he can. And secondly, KGL agreement hereby, now there was a lot of conversations around it. Now, lotto marketing companies or more, they gave some strong opposition to the agreement. Now, they must say, because of the comfort that is given as people, it has reduced their customer base. Previously, Kotinaki was more better at 1,000 and then Wontumi 1,000, Wontumi 800. That means that one now one tabana, a brimu asosiko digital platform. It was one of the issues and one of our major stakeholders. In fact, our initial stakeholders, one over 60 years in me, Juma Abua NLA pa. As part of the renegotiation, technology and innovation is inevitable. Now, so Seba na ebeha some part of our operation, and we have to find a way to mitigate their losses. And Omomu say, no, as part of the arrangement, as I say, yet to me, a book for be to her. Near the mitigate yang LMCs, or more digitalization at the abrel. And also as part of the agreement, he negotiated hard, and there was some 55-year nature money. There was some allocation for the mitigation fund. Mitigation fund, now for money a year, now it was a you be at the song.
Okay.
In fact, most after doing there's a LMC beer only a year for over 50 years. Obi or her, there was a man that was introduced to not long ago, or see where the 81 years. And a lady 60 years this year. Also, 30 years, 21, no, we did 21 years.
Wow.
In the Kumakofa, Mortis for by Brennan, and then in Kofo by started lottery in Ghana. There's somebody who saw them, who started
with them.
Now, this Wombe, you may Omu Nieko. So, I better not say, or there's nothing as compensation or as pension for them. Only the leadership aiding command, you set up a pension fund for them through it, so that the young people who also want to enter into that business, so that you know, you may send a Cocoa board fire, Cocoa pharmacy, so you bring your pension, even though we are not in the formal sector. That's also part of the arrangement. And now, darling initiative, the NLA Good Causes. Good causes. Eddie home command, one more asset aside some money for them. It's 55 million, in Chase 50 million. Abeba the NLA as their contribution for using our platform, the revenue contribution. 3 million out of the 5 million canon, and then this set up mitigation fund among the LMCs. Now 2 million. And so up to the Good Causes Foundation. Last 2 weeks, Kumasi, one of the Sumtreso government hospitals.
Yeah.
You brought more incubator and some other hospital items. And, we want to drive this agenda, but we need money. And this is what Yura Samir Kwechmaya boy.
This is can be able to come.
Sikano be able to come. In fact, first time in the crown and running a jet to one.
Oh really?
Gonna be able to come. I like the initiatives of Yura Samir. But sometimes how he goes around his things,
sure.
Commit to some of the things to the betterment of the NLL. Admirable, because this is a company who is holding a valid contractor. One managing and almost a woman to cry and go to my.
All right.
But in a very nice way, he's been able to maneuver his way out. And has gotten this deal for the NLA and for Ghana. And I think that we have to applaud him.
Yabona baso, waya dear papa. Now, where you come Kamemanaso Hayana, dear Nesemi Musa say, then last week Friday, some year Thanksgiving service. Now, the bonfire Ugani.
On a DNA.
Ah, dear, the neck coming in.
No, Tama also from the same from the north in the boss. And then who said, sorry. Organizer.
Oh, okay. So the other organization
there. Participant or the boss. And the first prophecy by music, one my friend was a friend. Who's the media for class?
The second one, the
I don't know so much you come now.
From Tuesday to Wednesday.
Now these are some of the things that is putting the NLA family together.
Oh, sure. Me tell them say, now the NL ne get him some of the lotto first got to bring him lotto the oboko bonsem jam na kamo de asori ye ne mpai what the from home.
It's part of the process to demystify our operations. Na nyoman so ye ma asori ni asofofo no so no. As part of some of the things that we do, we have a lot of requests that sometimes we will acquire program na sorry or pay support for the church build. They come and we support them.
Wow.
And we want to demystify that tags, lottery, bonsam ejuma, and all of that. And gradually, I think that we'll get there.
Medasi senior. Good fellow day of a public relations manager ma NLA 25 million contract no. You are some yokuno mutras yes she be 25 million and ababe kan and yes ka 25 million Ghana cedis.
New Ghana.
Yes. And abeka ho. Yanko munko wiere taw na afi.
I remember
oh yeah.
Good fellow.
Good fellow. I remember today.
It's a good fellow to pay a job.
Oh,
DNA.
And I'm a from Pong.
Ajia. On the head, I'm betching was out.
Sao.
Kumasi Lipa. South Interest, I'm betching.
That way I have a
enter crowd. I'm a
I'm saying,
I see a face.
And Kophobia send me a flag. You say, Umubeye, Ubia Bedidi, Fufu party.
Hey.
And to Umu invite him, say Momra. Na Makachu say Mobeba.
Yabeba.
Almost say Kwabre Youth. Kwabre East Youth presents Ubia Bedidi Fufu party.
Oh, and then
okay. The time we need it in the bar.
Okay, you. And I try farmer not on
right, 25 after 8. Wontumi 1013. Wontumi TV. Wontumi TV on Facebook. Me pacho me dama waba na yaba abeto aso sia na before say me dama hono ene eye nana echa papa bi the birthday. Charlotte, happy birthday to you. Nana echa papa bi. Very beautiful. Now you are Mama be penahe Nana Echa no Nana Echa Papa B. She's a nurse. Nanny birthday, you know. We wish her well. Happy birthday to you, dear. Nankopon ensure no nye wakoma so ade emfa mawo. Many solar foi enin komo. Oh to di. Na me chan no. Oraire nana ma mo aben ma chen.
Mejoso.
Ohoye.
Nyame ato.
Say why kesi o.
Nyame na aye.
Mo hoye.
Nyame ato.
Modidi.
Debi.
Okay.
Ame ya chedo. Sino. Nidi.
Yankwe mamintiu anu pay ye fahin to pain zipman prostafet capsules solag mixture ebudi hina ye fa
my mama prostafet
ehia pa wasama for ju so boko
ene be mu atimi abopanyan ni ye enti ye ma prostafet anoma no pay ye chiachi aitefo ni ahwefo nyina na ye bisa so obi aho tese giri se nyame adom obi aho ye wo ye be ma na wo tie me na wo ho nye prostate ninti ena wo se wo ho nya amesrew ma wakoma emra form eno nti ne yaba ha sei no prostafet e wo honom a esiesie mema prostate ama prostate ne egira ne naso makase ye woni me bi honom a mema eno ne yekeka sie mi etimi kase ampa wo be ma se ba akokora afri mu a na so mema ye na ka bibia wo honom be ma se bi wo prostate ho aka ne ye de droben ato be memu die na ne obe ma no wo se ye we obe ma ne rubber no rubber so de yemfa nye hwe ebasa na akwa ha dwen be ma se bi wo dwonso a age se wo chem na ayo penfo na akikem na wani ni wiem ha dwen be ma wa dwonso awi a wapurumu enso wo de hye ho no mu aneda so a esoso me pa cha wo hia prostafet so prostate ne ho ka sa ne ma mekeka nyina no edi adanse na ekire afei be ma wo dwonso ntentem be ma bi ho no mu a sa wo ne kasa eni se wo sori akwadwonso enko hene batena ha se ya me ba ye kura interview be 9 ene wa ye enko adwonso munum eba sa na emma adwuma no enye kama we ye be ma na wodwonso ye sope me pa cha ya check your prostate ne hwe ye wodwonso mu yade ye de sa de ne baba te majority na especially wa wonfie ko nanim wanya 35 years kode a ene ya check your prostate ne hwe because eno eye nsenchene ba ko a ekoso a na eche wo se o prostate no o how aba ho afei wadwonso awie no na eye wo se ebi akem dwonso ne nyina ama eno so ya another sign intime so se wotie me na wadwonso no saa na etie de a ene na ewo se o pe o prostate no wasem ka eduro ne ye ba ko pe eye prostafate capsules yes Johnson boko eno ne beboa wo na watimi adwonso boko me pa cha wo se wo ye be ma na se wontimi eni nuane bi a eboa ema woni padua ne nyina na akwa no ebi anya ne so ene na ho odin a na ewo se ode prostafate eka ho de bia ya ne ye ka balance diet ne se wudi aduane bia ne padua akwa ne ba bia benya ne so na ho odin ndo ne ya ne ye tai ehwe eniema ewe ni so obi kan yes balance diet de wudi de ye wose nam ka ho wode nam ka ho de na se balance diet ane enam na wode ka ho no eye nam benya because enam bi ho no mo a wode ka ho a mal protein de na so so no ema o lycopene a ebeboa ma o prostate ne so enya ne so ne nutrient a wode ebetena enu nti ne yese wo ye bema aduane bia a wo bedie no eya afa prostafate eka ho wadidi awie no na wanom prostafate ne mienu anopa mienu anwumre na supplement a ewomu no a eno so ebeboa o prostate no wonsa etumi aka bema bi ho no obedidi pocho wo mo dia ne sese bi ade ne ye so na enam ne gu so pocho enu no no hu ne se o wadidi yie na wadidi yie awie no wodi fruit bi ka ho fruit ne kura ye fruit ben na wodi ye wobetimi ade watermelon a enu no ebeboa enuane no ewo mu ne doso ne padua kwa ne benya bi o prostate ne so benya bi na so wodi wie ye no wosi wodi fruit we ni watermelon minim fruit kura wodi ye obu so kura fruit ne kura de wodi sana asabi obefe because obeka cha ose wono no ya amfa ntete no enti watimi ade ne pocho ne nyina wie no na watwa watermelon bi no onyi ba kompo enfa enka ho eni ya ne ye how kese so ne se ye didi balance diet na ye ka no wodidi se bibia be hyehye kama eti se wonim se wodi emo kwantre mienu na wo be mmea ma na hye wafu a wontumi ni fruit nkan wadi kwantre baako wodi kwantre baako a wafu no space be ba ho no ma betimi adi fruit aka ho obi on ma wodidi wie na atwetwa fruit ma na wasena sa mamen na mamen ni fruit no medi agu he ye nidi men saa e wo se wodidi kakra na ekwan ada wo yafunu nim na wadi fruit aka ho be ma watermelon ni wadi bi aka ho wo wi a anka emu kokko no na wanom bi di aka ho grapes bi a no yi bi ato wanum na aboa na so wodi obedi pocho na so wafu ma wo so so a wo wi a fruit ya de ma wa wonni meanwhile de wodi yan so so a wo prostate ne enya ne so enna ho de nu a ebeboa no afa obedu ba bi a sabi wo ne senka abrabo no wabo pa nyame adom wanya wo so ne wode anka betumi adidi yie ni wadi aduane ye wo mienu wodi wani mu de na adi fom de wobetumi adi wani mu de adi fom de no afa wodi anum de wi fom de wontumi ni adan ya rubber hye honom na rubber no hwan na ekwa akoyie na adi wi ode aba ba hye honom o prostate nti mesrew ma won sanka prostafate capsules ye betena na ani bre ne eka prostafate ho asem a enya bibi anti o eya na ye meya so be hu fine gentleman wo ma wunim no na hyase se de ositie na branti mbom se de ne wosiye ne niam afa na afa okonyi ni kakra bia prostate nti na sabi ube hu no wasori ne dua so wasasa kura ne life anu woni mbo nyina academ because ade a won pe ene wo so wo hye be ma ye de rubber to be mem ne de rubber no abo wa yase na asa ebo na ho a wo be den address so ohene ba de be den wa hyehye ate abota ya keka hyem enye possible enti mesrew enu nyina nti ene ye tufo se sha free sabre ya na ehwe prostate ne ho asem ka Prostafit capsules e wo ho no ma ebeboa wo na ye ka ne sa ne ye nka se obi a ne de ohaw na nya aba ebia wo tie de rubber atum ne de na chese wawie ontimi nya ho hwe de bi Prostafit betimi asiesie no e de amawo na so ya ne ye penesa ahotoso ne be menti no obebo ho ban ansa na wanyini na wankwa ankodu ho no ma me afa rubber antumu ansa na wakwa akonom no kwasem ne asie de rubber atumu a wonom a ebekọ na so no ansa na ebekọ no waho na ne ma bi a wahwere na chire no ka rubber ne namu anka atumi nyan etime so Prostafit capsules eno ne aduro no be ma kotobi nom oba a wutie me to Prostafit ne bi fama wukuno fama odofo na wonte ne ho gyae no de ya na ato na taade e hye no ataade na efe sa ne prostate ne nya ataade na watodo ntumi nhye to woto ataade na to Prostafit nso na wo de aka ho no amana dwonso boko o papa bi ya ne mfie kwa animu prostate enlargement no ene nyini enenam ento bi ho no mu a obeye ne wo so woye bia but ne fie saade no e wo ho no mu ntino onyini du ba bia eye den ya ne die ne no esesa e ma ne prostate ne enya hawo ento wo sa ne no e bia mo nyini ama ise de enya ato because one te de ne ye ka no entem enti ene rubber no bo na ho ehyew e na wutie ya na wo hwen ya mepacho eni da so honom koto Prostafit capsules ne bi na won so no nom acha na wotwensia ho beto ye be rubber no na wo so wetimi agina wo na so biem eye Prostafit capsules eno ne bone mane se Johnson
boko
pharmacy shop chemical shop herbal shop Prostafit enye na afa so like by chemist ya wo kentin krono ye ne show filling station edi nhwe ni mu opesa oba ne ye hwe prostate ne said ne status esiti ne gina bracity a ye be ye edi ama wo nkrata bi efa prostate ho apesa de be che doctor so a akwanya e wo honom kentin krono show filling station hwe ni mu honom be hu so like natural clinic and crying ye wo kokomlemle ye ne Harvard Senior High School no ena edi hwe ni mu free was 0245
61 60 28
0245 61 28 and 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 62 63 we never a Prostafit capsules
Johnson boko medase medame waba na yaba abedin komo Collins nuntri niama CNN they call you oye aspirant national treasurer of the NPP CNN Collins nuntri niama baby I will be on the pay. I say good morning to you medame waba ni abeto aso.
Victory, sir. So you're real nuts, not your swat shit. You know, victory garlic mixture, no? You're going thing. Hey, and the victory garlic mixture. Let me join the celebration. Victory, Edu Papa, victory.
Menu. Number gentlemen, dimmy more for sunny ye. Menya victory garlic, no, and then me what Tommy.
Canino. Menati kakra na makuma bomi peri na mabre na meniso nyine brimi na sisia no menya victory garlic mixture no bibia ye kama
and let's celebrate
da onya fie dumi you know appeal for any oba or man for intimi mfasa adro ibi
victory
FDA agi edwadie enkrato yi atom
Dr. Solomon Asaka ne hubi eye Solak Natural Clinic ehode yemfa yare enko ensan fan kofie bie na latest machines a odiaba clinic hode esewani ensa o kachre kra oba wo be ma wonya low sperm count say yes yare waposo na yawya afi prostate enlargement any prostate cancer and infection bia aba prostate ne mu de Solak Natural Clinic ebetenete na ba diabetes any koko any obi a woye kese aboro so a ne nyina ehun ro wo ho a ebetuma ma wonya fa hodie prekope Nadia, yenkotinchini pi enkose sika kwa ebra solar natural clinic ewo ho a wombema wa yaresa papa ne bo san dafo seba machines papa na owo ultra modern diagnostic machine ana obetimi dia hwehwe omu ehun yade bia e hawo ebra wo mre ho kra wosan wo body mass index machine a wode behwehwe nipaduanum ehun se bibia enso ededa na kwam wosan wo liposuction machine a eboa ma obi a waye kase aboroso no eyiyi srade nyina firi nipaduanum solar natural clinic aside the massaging machine a betimi miamia wafiri wutiri so akosi unase ama honam asisi hunso ye pa ema obi anada o hwehwe omo a fo ni kire kentenkro no omo ne shell filling station no ene di nhwane mu ana komlemle Royal Castle Road a mo by Harvard Senior High School no ana frɛ 0553 932631 0553 932631 solar natural
ni pimples si hane hane waso dem menye aduro bi ye friend classic ointment there be classic eye papa tatashe aloe vera ntuom who are you doing? I won't try classic. I show me bag in me and me me pimples. And I'm treating me pimples. A yama classic. I am a baby pimples. A man was see. Any a pro. I bet you say.
Thank you. What's your mom? We start him in Papa Ngalen now. Let
me check you now.
Mumford.
So I'm going
classic ointment.
In Kuwait, yes, me. I might say want to me who I know. Now, him a yamo pia pro and encounter now. So, a pastor now.
Classic ointment.
This advert.
so you be a wotanya cold and I say tummy troubles no wa control why ya enko infections no ututi ekonaba le bacho wo de e vehicle 20 sa so ana betimi
Officer, me I too. It seems out of bed. You are in the mood. You slept well last night. And you put man what that year last night. She is the lucky one. And you wait from the bottom of your heart to head. She is blessed. And I think when you know Juma. Said what's your man? Saying to her, say, Unkwana Madonna, and your if you are winning it, but you will be able to say,
okay. Onongwa. Kwani etimi making kaya ave mi nko ho a yes autopsy report about Yera JB dan kwasoso no prosecutor na say ayira
competency office wa ayira
lawyer
you know ba
obi say yes sakuru ndi nyen the Republic of Nyamebe hye
no kwasem ni saa no man bi ate minim oman a if you relax your laws na ubenya enipa a ombeka se me dey by virtue of baby am frenti me dey ye oman bia ni kuru bia nipa se nipa su se dey nipa bia pa easy way enti sen onya chance onya opportunity e wo bibia ho a se dey tie bia obe take advantage of the situation na ye dey man ye easy ene ye digitalization and the addressing system eba yi o ka so wo hwehwe apiati ni pe ete ho na wo pe comprehensive data any person na wo kuro no adan do sen na affect omo house numbers yes you will never find it but elsewhere other jurisdictions are and ke be hu so from house number X to house number Y from this jurisdiction these number of persons have been affected and you na abeka say you have been affected it is the authorities and the the city council, the authority, and the Baba say any person they are affected. And that evidence they will give is ocular proof. There's nothing you can do about it. Na ye ha no me there. Obi anya nisika no was any dying. Obi abusua bia decide any day anyhow no atete na asase. Ohene bia timi ton na asase any day anyhow. Ebi kura no woni scheme. Onye layout onye famco assembly for approval and so obetete aton amani parto am assembly nso ahwe they are supposed to be regulatory agency almost almost who say it is demarcated properly so acquired them bibia wo fire service bibi ba o betimi aba no almost be yan hwe ha mo asinan ni nyina wi na omu wi a afi na enipa na ono aton na asase de awie ni akofra ban so omra meyi akwan amaye abra sabri etwitwa kwan ayina tum no ya anwene we nyina ho enti ye suban no ne sade ye mra no mu omre ne ye system no eye loose no ena mo bia try say obeteki sa advantage we senka system we sa na tie wa brochiri other jurisdictions a enka sa na nku bia be ye ha no ene apiate say on mete obi ote obi anim say apiate ni proper addressing system yenim adan dodo a okuro no enti even if say authorities ne person o ka kire say adan a okuro no no dodo yesen for now you may not be able to find it. It goes back to most of the assemblies are ye system yimu 254 districts and municipalities are ye Ghana ha no opa busa ba ko a obetimi aka kire say wono or property addressing data ewo ho no man the constituency and I say in the district no any dan ewom ye 30,000 these are the owners of the buildings property nti won say property rate cry say ntimenye omoje amadiare some district assembly be no otimeje property rate all because we don't have any data to show say ye wo adan 300 na constituency nim and I say ye wo adan 1,000 na wom these are the owners ade we so nkenya adwuma bia eden to get the owners of the and the addresses of their properties na edru ho no ma watimi anya comprehensive data what office ubetimi abiem ehun say enipa 10,000 na all constituency nim 10,000 no emusi na etua omo property rate you could even sit in your office and call them by their phone numbers because obi anka abenya data of everyone by any sa na man eno na aka ho bi ama obi a bibi kakra bia na obi a person take advantage of it. Me share one of the videos apiate for ma me bi o say on nisika eyi ni yes and nisika 500 e she na eyi mahye and looking at you could tell say mami will take advantage of the system of the situation enti enye me nwanwa say nipa ni bebre ababro so say they were affected and they should be able to prove how was you affected.
You cannot come and tell us, I've been affected. O die na ebu ana say usika na ahye ana oba na ewu ana den. We should be able to tell because now the report indicates about 17 persons have been reported dead and all that. And no there ebi a ometimi abu hu nkonta. Adan a asay wo ho no we should be able to know say adan do say na are affected. You should be able to tell what obi anu a wosi dan at least only bibi was a light or hon at least you have your light bill. Said yeah, light to krum honoma, there should be an evidence of you staying somewhere or light bill could have bit me a deal one dance here. Say light or honoma, any all that. And any pa ye two according no ye system na ye loose. Na ye mra so because ye can other jurisdictions oko could intro lying to the public officer. Koko didn't say I've been affected by this disaster. I've been affected by this, by that. Next year, I mean, you know the consequences. The long arm of the law, no, and the ma almost different from us. Yeah, Hanon so. Any panaya bonne no crana or the no, I found Raquaso. Ubenyo hina, or bonne chacha, mufran into my barber patcho. Ubenya clergy or sophobia or barber patcho. Ubenya busu penny bi oba be patchel ubenya ni petit tribu politician bi oba ko patchel ti ye hanom ye dwa to system ene me patchel system ni ye said ye si ye niema no emma ye obi edi bone a onim se eye den eye resokra na at least anya hwe kura obetimi apatchel ama eniema bi atimi akoyi ama no enti se ye betimi ama sa ayina afiri ho na ye said ye see ye niema fa adwatoa ne ho ahwan no de see ye niema fa no se ye betimi ayi no afiri ho na fe ye mra no ya ma na ye adwuma pepepe se di a ne de mra na du pepepe wote ho na abi no ebehu se edi no ye de edi no nti ene omu nyina kurukira de aba enka omu a omu ni evidence of save na ye behu se entro no omu de. These people must be prosecuted. Na china bi say bi si baabi na obi so person taking undue advantage na ohun say ade amekoyi say metoda ho a ensunso aso oni ni
na prosecution ne prosecute obi autopsy report ahire a judicial system so the decision no asembo hon ma oye dey a ekokota it will take years ana
very well bit is a murder cases involving murder no who said the punishment for murder na capital punishment and this obi clear free in sema na the fa hodie perpetually on say criminal jurisprudence na ngasa said the esi ahihye na fa no crime ankasa no the standard of proof no different very 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 high nti say esi nipa oha ekokodi bone na say baako ani bi naka 99 na say wuntimi nyi baako na wa ani bi ani free oha no mu a eni ja oha ni nyina na baako ni nya no mfa no ndi because nobody ought to be penalized without committing any crime. Enti a bano murder the stakes near very high and they are na oniema we nyina no eno na obu say ese lower court to say district court ema magistrate ne hwe say asem on the face of it asem a the court we yi na whether that case is maintainable and sana omu wi a omu akọ high court a start case na ankasa na in starting it evidences have keka bom ni ade nti ya na murder case cha and shedan hardwin nemum to extend that a prosecutor will say autopsy report ayira there. I mean that ayira no he should be held responsible for it. Wontumi in public office na when you that reckless say ayira how one autopsy report na one pana autopsy report yes you should have the original or original no it should be in the safe wontumi can just autopsy report no or laptop sana and court will not take even that scan on your laptop. That original will be taken for purposes of evidence. Indeed waba you see saying say high profile case of this nature omuni safe or CID office or hanoma omu keep those exhibits are very sensitive in their safe na ayira how so ayira I mean for years case ya travel Next up, because of autopsy report, what you are saying eventually is that you don't have proof of the death of that person. And for that matter, the accused must be set free. That is what we are saying. Answer now about court. I bet you say, one, to prove murder, there should be an evidence of death. One of the ingredients you should prove beyond reasonable doubt. And somebody caused that death. And that death that somebody caused was unlawful, without lawful authority or justification. And two elements here will be proven. Ne naya kesiye pa ebesi fama evidence no wadanse na timi agina no and the proof of death you so obi ewu when dey na kire so ewu na dey kwa be no fa so wuye because nipa abon ko adu no say murder evidence of murder no and I say particulars of your claim no and say okọ papa ne dem or the say kan ko wo no wo no prenum prensa na enam so ama enipa no out of the wound no any nipa na wu we ni wasem ade akoda court na wo kọ na akọ asem we na court ntimi nye wa no asem ne tra emfantum na wo mfa mua obi fo na emomo de adanse be ka ho adanse ne say nipa na wawu no we yes nipa no yewura nipa wu a ntimi mfa ne nto ho afebo picture ni wu no ye koya na wawu da ho no so ni ho krata ni okay e de ne kun no wo se ye de se kan na wo na ho adanse we e de na kire se kan na wo no ne ma ne wuye. So what mean link we have something we call causation. And this a causation. So what mean link the cause of the death to the person and I will establish your case. And you say no who be link the cause of the death any nipa so on the wound no one the this kind of war no. And na nam so man wu ye. Na wontimi fo ano nkyere na nipa so ntimi fo na ni hu no. And the doctor were competent and the best certified say pathology be kire say nipa we owi. That's it. Nedana wu ye no. The man wu ye ne say sekan bi ewo na ha. And ma o bleed profusely. And ma onya seizure from this end to this end. Ama emoja ese kona kuma mu ne fa ho pie. And ma onya seizure and wu ye. Because bibi ne kum nipa. Enti sa dance na ade kwa kire court say we na de sekan de wo no. Sekan no so ene kum no. Na bi enti asekan de kum no say nipa a wo competent pathologist doctor ahwe ehun se kan na e wo ne kun nti sa dance we akinyi ne ho e na ade ko se wo se sa dance na ira de a what it means then for is that what kire say unim ade kure kum nipa no so unim ade kure kum nipa no dia we dey na wo che me dim ko gina court se me nim
ona okun
because one gasa wo so for do unim ade kure kum no
akom bayini ba ba menchia na
a certain member of parliament emponiu na me kwabnasi dumete atwemabu akwa news site baby na BBC atume I think 5 years this government could have done better menkaso munko influence the judicial process in there, but I think a certain member of parliament.
Anyway,
my heart is troubled. It and be say
adaje ebebo.
Yeah.
Dear chair adaje ebebo. Mamincha madeshe was a chair from please. Bobo ahwenche bia ebeko anyurofi. Ebeko na yakwa kudi bayira fashe ni bi. 6 March ya mamincha na namponsa tin kakabo the second. When me amade nyina na nafua owusu a obahima wo ho omse 6 March omudi the 20th yam festival ho ndi ye kwa Dr. Fie mse bayire ndi ye yebedi bi pa ni asade bia afsabe di nkakra na mencha be masafu churba kodua kuma
very masafu churba kodua
na damna dan kwadju bisan robon so hine wani ba asemi de se de ye ka ho asemi to be ho ansem bi si a ni esa akofa ba na ye se afim nanso so de wawu kono de woko ye wachiri no na ya na ho abobo no e haye na de ya na man ha
ni pe wu abe normal bi sei
exactly de ya na ha dwen ni se kasa ne ma e besi sa no e ho nhihye ye no e be ma ye hu ye anim se ne e bi
breadwinner wawu ye dina wu sei na ye de aye as a concert bi na accused person say wono kra wa fene girl and why you say Daniel ne kon do pa wonya ni na ye di yinsen kwa okroma no saa
nse emra se de na lawyer kan emra na atwene ma bi sei ekwachiri pa because aka ni na nka emra ni ho a nka bi kura branti nka yesina boss Steven and so say baby I dru no yentimi mfamra no nyede enhye yensem gi se ye ma no technical course na no ye hwese nka 10 terms no ano ye behu baby a ade ne free o ba ma men hyase en free apiati se de na u hyase free ho no na ye keka ho nsem no o man no se ye hyase a ye chichire no baby e di free ba no na ama abewie ye se yo na se de da bia ye ka no ye be chichire o man no enye da kopɛ ne ye be chichire na pese wo chichiri ni yie nso agye so de niam bi gu fom eno ne friends e wo lay foundation entitamo a ye hyase kan say post independence kura no a ye yankasa e benya akwanya ye di e ho so no na chese niam an hihye ye nkakra bi a ye fisi e de begu akwam na ama wo mana di yie no eno na na o say ye ma ye ni ko ho wo hwe in terms of settlement so de na lawyer kan ya ye hye den tu ho na mo kase kura eno ntina nkru bebre ho a wo kwa so nye feda just a new site no because the way I know ya sitting musifati no ama ye nyina so a saa ne ma biti say identification systems ya na yini hunti yentimi anhyehyɛ ni yi bebu okra aka ne no fa na ho nhyehyɛ te sa dan ya sisi no amwa eno ntina ban yi baaye no bebi a wo fa so kase pa de aboa me ya kyekyere man ni ye digitalization unse lawyer making reference to some of the issues wa saa ne ma ni bi wo ha anka yemre Antitama ye digital addressing system yi e bebre fi se bi emfaso ni so sometimes will be person yes ya chichire oman the soft infrastructure na soft aspect no bi an kan ye de enka ho di baby anka esi no adan ebu ye nyina no ho information nyina ye de wo ho nipa eti dan nim kura no ye be hu nipa eti dan nim ti se bi ye kokra na dan na bu agu nipa so a ye betimi ahwa se ya na dwe be hu so mo de be hu nipa at least o mo wo ho nti when you are formalizing the economy enye sikasem no nko a na da bia ye ni ko ho saa ne mani nyina bi pagya emie hu so o ma na ye de akonanim enu nti na me ka kire se wode wani sempa se de MPP ya bye no ye pese ye hwe models ahodo asisi miamia bebre odo we live within our personal factors but ubehu se eni mani bi ha de da kwa musisi anka ya nhyase ya minise mfie di anim ke entimi nkodru ba bi ye pese ye kodru they say digital addressing system I mean say yasa the land act for craba 2020 enu nyina e behwe kwan e befa so ensase tete ne ho nhihye ze de na lawyer ka ho asem ne nyina ohene ba na ne nyina gina sometimes ya na obi betena ho na omo de omani asa amanwofo na minim se ye beba so na omaka corruption ho asem unim se ne nyina is a form of corruption say no unya hwi umpraye wade enseye wo se aba ne metue sika nya de emaw but ni nyina ko be wi loopholes a wo system no o man bia o hinba obetime gina brane na won hyehyɛ yatimi a kyerɛ niema a wo man no betime aye ni ba bia be kwa kodu gise wo mmra no enti na da bia ye ba ye ka ho asɛm sɛ wanfa mmra no anto fam na wanfa anya dwuma eniema bibiri besi enkrofo bɛfo mo ho adi and there will be recursive systems bia na bɛkwa na sa ba be dey aba be sinanem hwe nipa kura sabia we ni omo prepare kasa bi nko bia adwene tema ye wo ma wo mo se ye betima recover wo mo niema ne bi no take advantage na no me story bia obi kura da hospital ne niema sabi wo de ko ha konfo kura timo boguru ahokoko fae enti human attitude ye de ya wontimi nya se ne ye wo pɛ no because ye kase ye kan obia ye be wono bia na apart from the hereditary and then the other genetic factors no the environment ni parents be ba betram no so influence enti na atam bia no yenim se beba sa enti ye hyehye mra se obi ye bone a ye betimi di atwena so ye betimi aye systems ye pese ya identify eniema bia ye fi se enye yi a ye betimi afaso de aye se wugya ne saade a ani obi a be ye ne ope I was so sad se binum de omo ho akwagimu omo pese omo nso so anyira ahwe omo bibia enseye na omo nipa bia emfiri mu no omo pese omo kokoko gisika ni bi ndisa ban kra aye budget and asa waye estimation say okoboa wo mu a se kinya the actual data eni wo mu ankasa wo mu ho akadwa mu na ye de eho ka ekwa so beti dan se binum fifiri miamia wo mu aba be ka ho nti going forward minim sɛ yɛhyehyɛ yɛ a yɛhyehyɛ ɛfa abɛɛfo kwan so sɛ yɛbɛyɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa no yɛnhyɛ mu kena ɛno ne some of the ways a yɛbɛtumi de asolve the problem a yɛwɔ wohwɛ the judicial system sɛ deɛ na lɔ yɛka bi no a back crime I think it needs about 99% proof ɛnyɛ civil case a wobɛtumi aka sɛ wɔwɔ deɛ yɛnka ne saa ne yɛnkɔ but bɛduru mpɛmpɛnsoɔ sɛ obi di ɛtu anammɔ bi a na obi di dwuma bi na ɛyɛ critical sɛdeɛ yɛka yɛ whole report a ɛfa obi te sɛ former mɛka sɛ wafiri mu nti wanya no baabi kɔ mp kɛseɛ a wanya no baabi kɔ na ɔman no nyinaa no sɛbe wɔsom yɛi na wafiri mu ne yɛhwehwɛ mu ɔhene ba ne yɛapɛ no pum asiberɛ ne yɛtumi ka sɛ report no ayera mu deɛ sometimes wote a ɔhene ba wɔ sɛ wadwene koraa yɛ ɔkɛsene na paa because sɛdeɛ na lawyer ka yi report no ɛnyɛ deɛ yɛde hard copy na ɛbɛkɔ wɔde sɛ baabi a yɛkɔdi asɛm no enti wowokɔ no wo mprint bi ɛna wonni backup biara wɔ baabi a yɛbɔwura mu saa system no nti
baabi ɔkɔgye autopsy report no firi no
wantwerɛ ngu pipa biara so
ɔmu ni records ɔkɔ
no koraa wamfa computer no dɛkɔ hɔ wode report no sɛ ɛnyɛ deɛ a wobɛtwerɛtwerɛ anaa na wabɛtype into
autopsy report
a whole report ɔhene ba nti yɛ type yɛ na wo type no koraa by all means it will be from something and sound why there what transpose akɔ ebi a computer no so nti ɛyɛ dɛ na document ti sɛ bi a ɔhene ba me ma baffled as a technician and a technical officer na me be take report na ma twerɛ na me koduru ya ma type we a source document no te sɛ we ya me twerɛ gu mu ɛno so ya bɛ fɛntimi ntimi nsa ntwerɛ foforɔ na ne werɛ bɛfi nti ɔhene ba we mu yɛ nsɛm a wote a ya na sometimes ama yɛ nneɛma a yɛyɛ no ha dwene kakra nti mɛsrɛ sɛ yɛn nuanom a wɔde da nnwuma no nom no mo nya kwanya a wɔn som ɔman no yɛmfa ne nyinaa mmoa sɛbe nipa no a wafiri mu no sɛbe wɔkɔ koraa yɛnim sɛ ɛho nhyehyɛeɛ ne mmara a ɛbɛdi akyire no bɛma foforɔ nso so ɛbɛtumi yɛtu anammɔ bi ɛyɛ kesene na kakra ɔhene ba nti mɛsrɛ sɛ saa yerɛ a sɛ menim lɔya saa no gye sɛ ɔsa akɔfa foforɔ baa naa
obetumi akɔ hospital hɔ for copies of the report.
Yes.
But why the report number we here umpo what's ayira? What about so you know hospital na nkipu copy no mkipi file no so ayira. There where do you go?
Exactly.
But obviously matters of this nature, high profile nature, you say the doctors will keep the files there will be to file but no nyina twon kwatri
exactly nti wonyina so on kasa yire nti bia onfa no wonkɔpɛ obehunu ɔhene ba we de yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ wɔnsa nkɔ n'akyi because yɛntimi nya ma asɛm no na hɔ saa sɛdeɛ na lawyer kan kɔba sɛ yɛnya evidence yɛne kyɛ sɛ brantie no gya na ɔsɛ yɛgya ma no kɔdidi no ɔbɛhwɛ de yere sɛdeɛ da bia ɔso wafe no but more important I think that we need to be serious of some of these issues and somebody I mean pɛ sɛ mɛhoro bi but it drew stage bi sɛ nneɛma bi sɛ bi drew this level and now ya hosem as a nation o man nye a small institution we a national issue if a small office be kra no say we head of department now we call meeting now say we ne kra me report am de kwaira empanifo ho nya de say o me do ho kra be dey
say ba na kra nke a charge no kra
I think we need to be serious o ba your attitude no dey o ba ka say ka ho asem a adaje bebo but now me catch ro mo fidie bi say as now we are living in the circles of corruption and so some sort of nom da ba beta amanyofo nko a
yeah
I will hope
me say corruption at our public service providers
I will hope o hin ba nti lawyer we dey mesre doctor
what every year
san komra
yes sir
machi
yes sir masa nyame adom boko na
wife ho
oh ne ho ye pa
right de nyame ase
na umbusa sa me maso ho ye
wife who ya who yi na my o maso who
great
ntiwe o sha se wa pieti na se obekọ
but before that no say e beka say obi etua sika bi na say sika na de matiso obi de yakoma special prosecutor
you see senyankopon odu asem senyankopon sa ono adi wasema and no me who say Alliance Watch Ghana.
Yes.
And I'm so a petition special prosecutor about and somebody radio me kind. Now one person on social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, hey, on one radio, man Richmond Frimpon is a producer, TV and radio. countless occasions. I have screenshots, baby. I personally or attack it, Chema Wontumi.
Say honor the boy.
There be.
Okay.
On this upcoming elections near the ID. And now what's a platform I'm in was so who's will be the about to say Ghana watch for some day a dume or no one that could have say or go up any mazina or was snap and you could see walk bo mudia. I have a screenshot of the message. So we go do me masi. But here Richmond Frimpong on countless occasions the write-ups the comments attack on Chema Wontumi are on to me substantiate.
Na le court wa ene okobodue.
Onko special prosecutor wa. Madam Kolongo prove why.
If so agu animu ase a. The obvious thing na obey a reasonable ne say odin be court. No akosre court say me your reputation say. O kan bomu ane bo ni.
No no kwa de yes ni say wa me di banke asem no say obi so oso obi ama ni skada na so obi nche ni skada ama ne bibi ma no o crash na up ne kosia okobodua.
But who uttered those words? Enyo no papa na nkasa.
And I say Chema Wontumi de nyame bedina sem baako e de amano. Na nsare ne Kofi Asante mini apanyi o akoma FM ono so the same thing. Mo frɛ video no Kofi Asante beto no Facebook no. Mo producer frɛ no. Wa hunu Chema Wontumi saw it as a miss call and of frɛ back. Of frɛ back ka mo nyina nkanse bia na mo de ne kɔ Ti asem na busa no was Kofi na so me wo na upload me who miss call and I'm returning here. I didn't even know say
live
akoma ana mo de me kɔ no mo anka dem say bia asem say ni na o boss me own radio station I can employ you o boss o bet me treat ni same I say o be there bia no person o create bibi and there was that banter and Kofi Asante na meaning for what reason or no ade koto WhatsApp platforms no asabe post to Facebook. Now unfortunately for him people in this industry listen to we use bukas and ma omote professional the ethics of the prophet then quickly I feel on one side by and obetro be patcho. So you ask yourself what are they looking for? Omo papa ni say
I say oh mama some of these things you know you live to
some man can go price you kroma obi ka ba ko e fa oni pa no okobodua eh and I junk I want to present go akosi down one to na wote wo
I remember say we issue by ma
ya ka say kan wasema
special prosecutor because say 5,000 per 600 people there there should be
good money
you know document as our group no de ko
3 million Ghana
30 billion
3 million Ghana
3 million Ghana nti ye nyina say corruption dey fight into bia we be involved bia we will then try to ensure say on also ebeko that area ohini ba me share what for ne ahwefo Wontumi TV ni radio ohini ba se ba honorable JB you see asema kind sometimes you be say who MP mu na we na ato na yen for there ordinary Ghanaians yes you be yeden and it's a very serious question that we need to be very very at least it talks about the security system and how evidence are being used at the law court. To say that not lawyer can information are saying there are certain things that you ask yourself and you don't know, and such a person will go to minimum say court no kan say adena yira obi abewi na computer na say okudi nkomo no baby. I saw those news feed and I asked myself, says how can such document say abewi computer na say even crying kitikiti here nenam hoyi uye bibi kura na also making sure say obe save online or even sometimes your your other database be na some issue, big issue like this, national issue like this. Now because say autopsy report no ya be wi am computer na say den, and there's no other way you betimi anya access to it and say den. No can say court no into court no nya den. What does you expect the court and I said
say bia ayirenti asam no court ni ntwa so. Onya idi.
Isa na yedwen and I say isa na wo say yedwen. There are certain things that is we are professional. Etina na ye wo bibi we ye say we is a lecturer na could din sem hunu a ye bia de mra na be fa ho no. And if you're a medical doctor and you have this and you go and explain this a national issue and an MP we are still finding out who as a group in edi wo MP no that's how I see it.
Yeah.
And the akwacheno tiwa se me pe banku odi o se die ho na adi o me ne me get what kind of joke is this? Are we serious as a country? Sometimes na mo democracy ni kura ye hu bibia say ya ye tu ye dodo baby work ye bo waso ma wafono kura kire yen ne. So but we have come into a system where we need to appreciate the judicial system and try to work it out. Ma police force may who say yes. Say investigative things, you know, and also bet me aboying. Today, me use this as an example. Say MP JB, and almost be 6 years or 7 years. You who na chira kwan dia. Now we find down kwa dia. Oh dia na we be a foolish case. A foolish case, and we don't have a country. Some of these things should happen. It makes all of us. Is it one real no be kuwa we kwa we be kuwa because wo koi uni prove bia or and I say be ya oni judge. We can't build our country like this. Esa na you need confident we nti wa say na say wona ma wo so bo ho ban say be you be mfani 2x4 be em say life even MP. And this one is also the MPP government that they should get involved. You don't expect say a different party will come and make sure say if you are in government for almost 6 years or 7 years and we cannot have answers to some this critical or this an MP, we investigative a year. Na me say doctor ne there if it is a negligence and answer is a incompetence be na what say the born one adwuma ho a I think so association that they should question that because professional body be some ethics be so when it goes a year they have to. I don't think say doctor na
I think the prosecutor
no
yeah
prosecutor no
prosecutor no
yeah
prosecutor saying was who ayira na na computer na
was say ayira
prosecutors of
cases seminar say training be or buy ne laptop as a computer really was na kronfo benefia be wia ne niamenti mafa ko ayira
prosecutor of these cases nyina are lawyers yo.
Oh yes,
because state attorney when it comes to murder cases they are all lawyers. So state attorney and as a state prosecutor prosecution department I mean Godfrey Dami should not take this thing light.
Say na lawyer na mo kasa mo learned colleagues na learned colleagues dey say na ye nka ho nti mo ye bibisa na ye bibia and you see that no but this should not happen. I want to call hospital or me and you from Manana. And you sit down or try my court na band because ahira. No, you can't do this in Germany. Anyway, ba appear here so they said the lawyer can seriously. Say a census. The whole nkahwana.
Also come.
Yes. Probably we can get a lot of information from the census on the number of who are on any other, but we are there ubenya baby ama ubi so afa ho aye but ekuro bia ye ni database papa bia ye cheda ye sanyo manante ye cheda you hu say very very important until say BBSC. Na how much more say nipa wo krom ho no na victim say no mo ti krom mo mabusuafo a wo bia ho ba bi no mo abasa mo ka ho ana say hwan. No, there should be a proper system where we have to. Ghana ID Ghana card no money be ana. can't we have any data to prove? And that is a problem. Vice President Baumia sure said some of these things will be solved once and for all. But I believe, say, census so it is census no can provide a basic information. You bet me who or more no moti kromo and also more or more ho and this will be free baby ne buy and the over in the crabby. But ya drain dear or heneba. Sometimes I never be some who sent you when be na yeah bakwa my mana babetwaso and I say and crofufufro bina because I dream Ghana ni editing on my muno difficult. And by development in I dream papa bia will be it becomes difficult for us to develop as a faster rate because bibiano will be episode taking advantage every level from the presidency bana bedru here for me will be a opportunity there and mrani mo ye yipe no afa ho ne krobia emrani ye lose where people in authorities and famrani nye adwuma say ya na beba because a quiet fast so ejai bai I hope say will be o negligence bia na say wanye na adwuma ye ne be punish no ba ba he ye be you afrim ni aba ni akosete nkrofo bi. A country that we do not punish people for wrongdoing is there. Or heneba yebe say ya yebe kasasa all because now they be amika say there will be a time that somebody will come to sanitize the system. What the hard way? Oh baba say ya nye bibi amfa ho ne ya adwen say ye betre musa lawyer kan say ja bibi tu obi a minim we me wofa makontanie me nananie me party chairman nie party wofa nie enti ya kohuna na wete sam enti e ho de apia ti no ohene ba so anya careful na nkrofo bi kura so betwotwo nkrofo bi din a omu mfiri krom ho ba wo pe bibi nti and it can come from the traditional leaders or the leaders in the community. Opportunity aba. Enti enfa list omo monti oba. No the way dia shame, no the way dia shame, no the way dia shame. When nipa dan say na say ye, oh, no atwotwo bi aka ho yesi a abaye ne dia. It could come from the leaders. Enye nipa de kura won kura. Obi betimi atworo obi nipa bi dia ahyemi. Ebi amabusua no akwotworo bi o next time no atworo 10. Ni we awu ade so oni wo ba oni ho. And on Hineba, I think our leaders or the government should ensure say some of these things, you know, you bet devil much. Now people don't take advantage of the system. Ye bring Ghana, ye complaining when people take advantage of the system, omu take what ye yomohe. Na ye de humobro nyame be chere party nyame be ye
be achia ne mu ye dida so ho ora mo sabra da je kunzi muza se okrama no ire are wo hunu
me hono na edi grafo mgo okrama bi o bi no mo
ka sa wo dia da the fight against corruption, MPs are pushing for a law against conflict of interest. Meaning how it's going to work.
That law of conflict of interest should be scrapped, or they should do law, bring in another. How are they pushing it?
Say, yinya an explicit law
on conflict of interest
that would deal with it.
We don't need any other law.
Tell me why.
Conflict of interest. When you look at the Companies Act 992, all other laws, conflict of interest transcend in every other law. The law is here. What we need is implementation. The implementation with a strong force. Conflict of interest is catered for in our criminal code since 1960. Everywhere, every facet of life in our conflict of interest is there. Indeed, offer any law in Ghana will be a conflict of interest. The conflict of interest even when you look at the special prosecution Test Act, new one, you find conflict of interest. So conflict of interest, baby, will be a now Ghana ha no system no ema niema bi ye den ema corruption no ene saa we ni nyina no ne fight ye den na ansa na nipa bi bete Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ase na omo hunu de wo ye ne the drive at which he is going, you know. Ena ebema Ghana for hu say saa papa yi na dwuma wo ye so mfa so ni because bibia Ghana ha bibia kwachi bia is because of the poro system that we have. When we have proper digital system, addressing system, cost of doing business will come down, borrowing will come down, and you know why? Because the cost of borrowing, you know, the risk in lending money to somebody in this country
is very high.
Ofra kuma dan anu awa betra bu kanche. But there's no way you can take money in other jurisdictions like Sweden. Now we're to free community A, now go community B because community A now we to free mono. They can't baby I walk no. Council flat now got them. In the honor no, they take their old address to the new address near the amount. In Ipaneba, next year we to free her. What to free one they know where I want you bet me up a ball pon gang. Uni baby I walk. And this is what we are doing. Ebane sana sa conflict of interest in Ghana ha. Because you need proper data system ninti no. Me minim se mene oheneba na ye adwuma. Se mekoye bibi oheneba na e wo chance o ye sa ade no. Okoye a ye be ka se conflict of interest. E be hwa no aprato me na so. Ene George any ade we
kokoye
forward the mami no aface say other jurisdictions they can put the pieces together and make sure say that's something we call in law lifting the veil. They will lift the veil and know who is behind the veil.
Exactly.
It's simple to do. But your system no is so porous. Bibia ubia you can find a way to do it. And then obi my contract no they are managed.
Yes.
Obi a chief executive no man a back contract. No I mean, and these things are going on. All because you need any proper records to trace to know who is this. You see, company when you go to registry general, so the people behind the company. And we don't have anything in the system to check say contract we find the demand and if you are unable to trace behind this, see because of that. The conflict of interest in there, travel from every system. Because other jurisdictions, they are managed almost different. In places like Sweden, Germany, any other, there will places you have a convicted on there to prisoner. You meet me just a next month, come and serve your sentence. You be convicted on there. Near catcher will say, go home, go come and serve your sentence next month.
Krumuha. Kawaka bete pau.
Na hanko gunisa kro dwane na. Enti ena hono you will not survive out there. Once you are convict. Omubo ebu record so sa. Na bo humu so say otesweden yama jail sentence. Sebra be serve. Sa jail sentence no decide say wonko. Na abeta na ofia. Efie na otimu no. Also team got down for it's not done. If you now team no some mountain they will cut electricity supply to the house, cut your gas, cut everything, supply beer to the house. It is if you because we be anti I cut it supply no. Inti over that transfer with that gas with that heater. Ti I want to walk around na be offer card call groceries so ko there. Udru or boy or login na indicate this you are supposed to be in prison. And I know you card no at man near man on town now. Tia comes to be kum. And you we will not survive out there. Baby I will yes a corner. What I did over far back dim the car. Go survive you will not survive. Ufie ube I will be kum. And I would see up one things to and Tom, Uto Bibia and Tom, or boy, or no card shame. You are supposed to be in prison. No, I cannot do it. Young Tom Bibia. Ye Krumha. And tell you also about Gina shed. You see, that is the point. What we are, but the whole system is such that Untimin Ketafo. and I also try say obey and abetia just a one no crowd punishment here times 2 and you know unim say the long arm of the law will catch you eventually, so you will not even there by a your car dressing system mana opposition for to watch okay digitization no more okay digitalization it seems they don't even understand the concept of nation building and how things should be made easier for us. Here that too, health insurance officer register renew health insurance. It took you like maybe 3 days name rules.
Yeah.
Some people go there to sleep overnight. Today you will sit at the comfort of your chair and you just dial I think *94* or something. Hash. Then you just 24 cities. You just worry. And this was made possible by digitalization. People don't understand this. Now, prime rate above to this level are 14.5. Hitherto, 2016 during Muhammad administration, it was 26%. And the prime rate, the lowest policy rate, yes, the lowest rate by which Wontumi lend or Emma Bosnia. And it's a bank in Timmy Bosnia below 26%. How can you compete as a business person? Cost of doing business and borrowing so high. So if all these are put together, not risk na bafem, na bibia na yeshesha niama na kakra. Ahoma bopa yesani fra no.
My man for UTAC for strike and so answer about Georgia come home.
Very well.
Third week after 21 days, universities have to be closed down.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
And unfortunately, that is where we've got to. I think the case, the aspect of the case is in court.
Yeah, National Labour Commission is
and as you say, they are confident in winning that case. I think UTAG massa wo ye adwuma now apedi hu sika ene wakade senkoyi a woni hu kwan so kan na so kan na si mfi wa strike is part of our democratic process and no kan ho na mum se utie National Labour Commissioner it looks as if say SS process ni bi wo ho no ma UTAG ajampo say as o mo pentem call strike no instead of going through the due process mo betimi meet or mo there should
there's almost was mo sha se kan yin nti o mo pentem call strike ni say
so only case
because there been an issue o mo raise ekona but I think from 2013 or so eko na ba ekona aban we beto so dey but eko na ba ntino
that is so
but pentem say
from 2013 e ba ni I don't think say o mo issues ni nyina are outstanding. They keep on doing bia ye pe ABC maybe amomo AB na kesi maybe a D abeka ho ne am anti that has been the banter back and forth, but from this National Labour Commission explanation, if it's anything to go by, actually say the process, going to strike is also by law. I say we follow due process, making sure say during the deliberation and the arbitration stage, we bet me as austin kwakusi and sana say bibia and we can the last resort will be the strike, because the rippling effect of strike, even lecturers now. Yes. Because we a lecturer, let's say call strike, I'll be banner the pile up and a lecturers and also who say almost so bad time. And looking at it say and near so bow and sana wako anymore. Say or cost strike in fear said he will still have to try to make up with the losses. And in making up with the losses, we would demand a huge energy, the stress that you go through, the time, the energy, and all that. And nobody benefits from this. The lecturers themselves will be the end losers, government will be the end loser, and that of the children who are in school will also be the end losers. And think and can nisanka san tokwa we ni yamani drew sa strike level enka said the TBA no university teachers no and workers union in general, once they raise an issue nhwe kwan ya befa so a e be so muntem na eniema no enkonkuduru de adure, because a human needs are very very insatiable. Said the TBA the eniema ehia mo academia de adwuma no yentimi meeting at a point. There will be gaps, there will be lapses, but too much to extend that they will have to resort to striker. and the hard but the what is worrying and the seeming unfinished Georgia stage no ena ebia a hard when kakra the court no bit me aka fa ho respect to the National Labour Commission and that of the UTAG se koba se UTAG for no court si gina ebi ne se koba se monsa anko ebia classroom na money National Labour Commission engage a omoma botoye mu mra na dwobra mra no mu ntimi eno
akom
o man no yenkoye ni
emra no a yenu na mo mra hyebedwa mu susu se yem famra no nkamra de nkaye nanso so wo hwɛ mra hodo a yetintim dada ani dwumadi wo se dia still problem no da so ba no a se yede foforo bia be ka ho ameka se redundancy na redundancy in the law because we hwɛ mra pa wo hene ba yetintim a ye person yede solve the same problem of conflict of interest de na lawyer kan ya ba bia be ko bia bi wo ho se o to bo ase pa hwa te se wo fa Public Office Holders Act 1998 Act 550 bi wo ho conflict of interest wo ho wo fa chapter 24 Code of Conduct for Public Officers Article 284 eno so wo ho nti we mu nyina kire se edie nti na yesai abepemra foforo o hene ba se o hwe institutional level in terms of emra ya hyehyɛ ya pese de fight corruption bebre ufa said the medinka constitution article 286 kasafa ufa some of the legislation and as acts ni bebre a ye wo Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29 and so Public Office Holders Act a declaration of asset and disqualification and so ho Financial Administration and repeal into free wa ubeba Internal Audit Agency Act 2003 Act 658 Public Procurement Act 2003 Act 663 Whistleblower Act 2006 Act 720 Anti-Money Laundering Act 2008 Act 749 Economic and Organized Crime Act 2010 Act 80 Public Financial Management and then you repeal a hono abeye Public Financial Management Act 2006 Act 921 ewo ho and I say special prosecutors oba institutional framework ya hyehye shraj wo ho auditor general wo ho judicial wo ho civil society nsusu wo ho na baby a yen tu hwana ma ya ni nko ho ye free bibi administrative reforms National Anti-Corruption Action Plan Unicap 2012 to 2021 Unicap ye draw to ho by NDC time mom shall say 2012 na 2014 ye publish here and nyina wo ho Code of Ethics for Ministers and Political Appointees in Government developed by the Office of President in 2013. Oni ba sa mra we nyina wo ho. Enti mra be biem na ye kwa kofa na yasa de aba be ka de wo ho no ho am ye de fight corruption no. Enti ni nyina ka be wie se se de mra no etie no ye de be ye adwuma. Ne nipa mra no so hye ye nsa no ye betimi agina strongly. Na me hwe aspect baby a da bia de nkrofo kan ne se bi ha ye chi wo mo a the people don't have the political power. O hene bo bi kra ye bone a ye pese ye de mra di no na unia sa ye de edi akiri say political witch hunting. Lo ya nyasa na ya omuka say ye witch hunting. Enti say menu ya free we de wo nyasa wakofa bibia etie wo ma.
And Ramadan for be frame me. A friend John Bosco.
Okay.
A child you I think say Marcy.
Marcy,
nursing training college. A friend of him, but my friend Kusa on for friend of mammy. Namse, Okuba Zoo, MC, Namse Ade. In Kofubia Quacosis, Niema, Namse de Beniema. Oh, Miss Sight be not. Oh, yeah, there was who sit down. Namse, I work permit wrong, was and walk away was the baby. And I'm saying, Fernan Kofnaka and say, so who as a Sunday man on Quaka, or Musa Mudano.
So, or a bench.
Now, pa, somewhat to me first of all, say, Omumu danu ya. Me womo minimum ba was a me from Musa danu. Teacher ni lecturers a teacher. Who is dying? Only permit. And a wisi. O ma ba se sa de makeke. Yem fra ukuma. Or the problem we or ko fra ukuna uku amfi na. Oni be nyasem. But I say
when once my back catch or have
I'm going to make me makotia.
Into one cotia.
Some friend could ya, come me friend, but maybe they are makotia. To go gotia.
we say kura senka ye to akuso bank on to man so am ya nya
David.
so hu ena no na me ka kire omo wo class 5 book bia papa bi ko wura mu a kokuma no ma na no ma ne furu beto ya wotwa homa na be fa tortoise no so papa no he picture no tam onya asa ne manya na nafu doso no wo sresre no woko sa na yetie tam bia asem be ba on pakro no benefit no dia ka de onwene hu biem anti corruption de be ombusa me a question busa say corruption ye wo mu mienu ana ye wo political corruption and social corruption ana because tam bia ye ka corruption ni say sabe ayifo nko a manjofo nko na ye corrupt obi a wo ye bibia de onye corrupt apart from say obi ye manyoni enti wahine ba sa ne ma ye kani nyina se be gina yi am yetimi akoye ni mu a eno na wase ye pe kwan foforo de be fa so bi na menua lawyer ebubo so saa no ade bia obegya hye nipa pa nsa soli se obetimi afa kwan bi so a obetimi atu hu na mo bra bibia ncheck ne de na ye wadidi enti ye person ye use the digitalization to solve most of the economic problems ye de ye wo na nam na brand table afidie bi so ndisi ni bi eno wo kika de na tax de then yen wide tax net through the digital ecosystem and am the time why ye kura kasa ye kasa bre mo say debi and I card kura mo nye enu kura da se me na me ye PR ma NI for ye kasa ho articles ahodo aye twere na no am ye kudi na mo twere letter che suma say nkrofo a eni bibia o mo nkonko ye bi ye de revenue assurance and compliance enforcement ni nyina beba but ebetime gina this ye lay foundation no e wo digitalization so that through the SIM card registration and any that ecosystem no aye be kan nyina bo yibit ma identify wo bia edan aye dey property addressing ni say kra say tenancy ayi nyina o mo begigi nyina so ni ade a be check ya untimi and you need to lay the foundation and sana wetimi akọwani mti say emra ne ba ne de nipa nsem bra ye ni system ne be check ya ye kwasi kono gyina nkwantia enu nti na ye nyina ye ni abre say the formalization of the economy through the digitalization and digitization, you know, that is the only way to go because human involvement purely in every system bia no ye there corruption, you know, cannot be what
so passport to ana ho aye you see our passport to office now why no shadow time ni bibia and now perfect. So these are the benefits we are going to reap over the years
in the economic terms.
Bibia be flexible
wahine ba hunti productivity nyina na eboa se de na menu yeken
fa you talk the best so na me call the teflo na fem call se
ya na da ya kachi but se de ne ye hwe ni nyina no aye they say kwakwa na se twene bomu aniegu amum so awusie sa na tie but me de ne hia me say we heard the socio economic network effect say ye cost strike e de ba e ha dwene pa wahine ba enu bi na menu lawyer e bobo so ne sabe mofra ne side e be ha omo especially the progression say be as say no we mo call money ma we mo to aso wo mo pese mo wi school ntem ko padwuma any the backlog we be ka ho na de ya ne ha me say ye sa strike nya na ye tua ye car the damage ya cause de ohini ba is irreversible and until ya ye pese strike be de ye be ban me say ya dia wo say ye de to sin ni ye hwe nti ya ma ye ntena ho ensem ni ho ha hwe be free ba be be free ba na ehu ohini ba no say dia ye kase pa ye be bia ye pegi some of the allowances and accessories new to foreign currency no no ndi ebi wa yenye sustainable yeti makase ya jimo ba but ebe hwa na sabe drum fifi na afi yentimi amfa ma me document o hene ba mesre mi nua no say yen jojo na nka ye ma we ma mofra ne nkotene fi already covid no crab academic calendar ye hwesi beti ma come back to the normal September de no ane ye no na yentimi enkoye nim
Dr. Samuel Afie ane kamaira
It's why I'm Papa be your friend. Say, Bomidia not the missing dog. Asha. So, Mr. Tafu Sumichia, why, Una, Ode Kramadino, I saw me dear so near. Ohineba, me boss back before a few days. So, Saturday we didn't mammy why we t-shirt your why. Munchen hey, Ulamo, Timifiakra me coho for preparation towards that. Evans Timbers.
Yes.
Ne mame efia entry wa busiako. Unya 98 years.
98
yes. Na sia de se ganya so cheo.
Oh mejile so. Na se me friend no amfa. Yes, ne ho mfa no. I tried be 3 times me friend no. Na kama bompa ya ma no. But wa amfa back me bompa ya ma ntina na ho ato no.
Bompa ya ma no. healing prayers.
Mamincha Ira Samuel Ting. Also, Ashanti EP director, Environmental Protection Agency, regional director. Also, Nyame Adma Thursday. Also, Madam Esther Penny Esther Abna Amankwa Menu. Nebe Mampon, Tunsum, Palace, if you want my Thursday, Omuya Memenda Kwa Helfo, and Timendana, Yawada number ye, not just Saturday, Yako Thanksgiving, Mampon, Asante Mampon, Tunsum Adventist Church. Ti ira Samuel Otin so ye chia wo nyame kan ho ye beba Thursday ina ye beba ya be kan ho
we dey ase akomo ade ni ye
yanko
ohene ba conflict of interest ti said the lawyer ne akom aka ho asem mra ne ho you don't need new laws. Conflict of interest what any meaning or see a situation in which a person is in a position to derive personal benefit from actions or decisions made in their official capacity. So here you share personal benefit from actions or decisions are an official capacity. We we emrabe ni wo definition kura timi ma wo se ade bi wo ho a o ye ni se wo kon de su na emrabe na nyoma ya bobo ya koma bobo yi any institutions ko ye in charge conflict of interest yes am mra no it's incongruous and ye nipa na ye wo mu no ana we need sanctification we need deliverance. We need national
to deliver who?
Because one, we are talking about institutions. Institutions are built by people. Judicial prosecutor. But if we have people and as a court and as a attorney general, leader no one bit me making sure say prosecutor and you be punishing for negligence, you see that the system will be working. And the people involved. And one thing is that you allow your system now, my yekrano, when you want to be corrupt. The environment even encourages you or motivates you to be what? Corrupt. Because you'll be a pesca. And me kwatwa background say me mauska. Bibiana also me mauska. So in that case, where do I get the money from? I should get it from somewhere. And he say me menya position bi na bia me hwe na ni say me ya. He say the lawyer can never be akom we there. Register company never atadwo ani adwofo fie etachiri na yemfa contract. And that is how it is. And this will go on until we implement our laws. Yamfa mrana anya adwuma am punish people when they do wrong. Or we will still be repeating about what? Corruption, conflict of interest. Back to UTAG. UTAG, the end of we all have ourselves to be blamed. When you sign agreement, you sign Sebia, Yemfa lecturers, enco a certain pay level be remuneration. You implement it, they be a miniska, they be a mice say. And one thing that is so sudden is that a bad negotiation, a buffoni free. Sometimes in form more represented are by the side, you know. They bring people who don't have the capacity to make decisions. Now over here, be a UTAG chapter, be a president in the war. Yes, a UDS. No, a fucker about crime, or meeting. Nipa Crown say, abide the all president, abide say. My capacity, mini capacity to take decisions. What do you mean? Until we take seriousness about our meetings, negotiations, my trust and that is what it has resulted. This time, lack of respect. trust, and also to ensure that we go according to times. Yeah, better exams. Abamuye strike ni ba ban so onya hwe amanfo tugu ya munko ye try exams wi a. Ye try exams wi na hwete sam. Omo anya hwe. And ohine ba de bia me keep on saying Article 71 any nkrofo bi sika omo gi a aban no any wastage is part of this sum of a year. Emma as amanfo take
agitations no.
Yes. Say an hwe ya nuom ba bi mu ye na say ya reduce wastage na say nkrofo bi edi sika na say bibi ni amfo mo amfa mra kwan so me do the NDC time ya accusations bebre ni a giant nkrofo I say the politicians have a free way to leave the system when they omu yusu abanye ya punish omo. Then when it comes to my turn I have to get mine. And no dear nobody will sit down until abanye me and you omuni. They should go according to their kasakeke. The only thing is how to talk, how to make sure say we will go according to your agreement. And when and I go for treatment NLA National Labour Commission say
NLC.
What I'm praying is that the government should soften his stand. No me abiding ni. And yes sir, the UTAG will say what the court say we are still in court. Abide beggars or munko near the court no ya na court, and you know that the court na je bi dan kwakra na ehu na yi na
let us say Shivman right from Atonsu, and he said it's clear that a system that government has put in place is helping us fight corruption, so we should be citizens and not spectators. Together we can build a better and prosperous Ghana. Sule Sunyani KTK, until we the citizens support the government in nation building agenda by contributing our quota towards the realization of government roads, it will be very difficult. OPK Goso, NDC is Ghana's problem and don't want Ghana to progress, with Mahama and NDC asking NDC MPs to reject E-Levy for Nanado and MPP. I am to go for IMF Ghanaians to suffer so that they can win 2024. Okay, this one says, good morning, Ohineba. I believe the data the man is talking about can be traced from the recent population census from London, Achim Oda. Lawyer George Pom, the presiding member of Kwabri is a gem. What a priceless brain from Kwame Ohine Echampon Ntonso. Martin John Ejoso Domiabra. Good morning, Ahineba. We the citizens can also do our best to help government through the good people of Apiety and shouldn't leave the burden only on government. Regards to Chairman Wontumi, still maintain. Inshraba Anelka, right from Ashaman constituency, is that Ghana and Nanado government is not ready to move to the IMF for Ghanaians to suffer, which we saw some years back under the poor leadership of JDM and NDC regime. Special greetings to Chairman Wontumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman. Abdul Basit, Zongo Pania Kumase. I played with the UTAG. I played with UTAG to suspend the issue of strike and solve the matter on a round table. E-Levy is coming to help Ghanaians, so let's support it to make Ghana proud. Okay. NDC is dividing Ghanaians that the introduction of E-Levy will be detrimental, but it was rather captured in their manifesto in 2020. The minority are seeking for the way they will win power 2024. Wanfanidi Ankahum. Boshaba Amnesty Zongo Goso patriotic voices was no matter what the NDC MPs will do, E-Levy will be passed at Parliament because it is going to help the country. Yawuza Swame or say arguably President Akufo-Addo has constructed many roads and he is still poised to construct more for Ghanaians. That I plead with citizens to support the E-Levy as it has become very imperative. And also Dr. I.Y. Yabua and the boss player himself, Teacher Ben, aka Sanet. Good morning, Hiniba. My special greetings to our MP for Offenso constituency. Offenso Mudia Hino for South. Hiniba, good morning. My name is Kweku Eya from Ekumfi Ibuakwa. I love how Mr. David Boache and Mr. Com analyze their submissions. They are real communicators. From DJ Omale and Wayosi Go, so everything shows Nanado and Baumia are committed in development of our education. So let's keep supporting them. He kept it just simple like that. Good morning, Ohiniba. You are doing a great job. May our good Lord be with you. May the Lord be with you also. Lovely. Akosia from Kasua. The better Ghana agenda can be achieved if citizens of our noble country agree to also contribute their little quota for developmental projects. Let's all accept and embrace Levy. Akosia, good morning. On the policy rate, it is not possible. Is it not possible for the Bank of Ghana to give the commercial banks a ceiling beyond which banks cannot charge as interest rate? I think that is a very interesting question. Sometime next week, Yebedi and also Honkomon for you day this insightful with by an Anthony Ama. Maybe I try from him now. You need and come 0555750909 050321 11 11 0503 61 11 11. Mefa call us Nikakra and Sana Mene and take her back for Atnasi Eddie and Komo. Sorry, na DJ Ken Frankie Eddie Majuma Abba Abetasu. Eddie Family na Yamo and Komo Cisia 0555750909 0503 61 11 11 0503 21 11 11. Good morning.
Good morning, Wayamba.
Yes, sir. Penny Woodin na Mintio.
If I don't make a certain order, Kumbungu quarter place.
Kumbungu Mamintio boss.
Aha, Wayamba Medawape. Mipa Apoya was Navikia, I sent her Chairman Wontumi, Chairman Bakope. The show I sent her in for Bata to Abama, and I'm telling my power, Ghana for the entity for you now. Mikia campaign connected my doctor Alhaji Mahmoud Bobia, lawyer Nana or Bilbo, and Nana Babia will be on the job with teacher Moto. After my would be up to John Ohenba, or say end this for now, no Barbancy or Pasano Hoyari, and I'm saying Ghana tax the country now, you call you know. The Epanopin, the NDC MP for Muyo was you say I 11 or more party. I want him say I had the cap. NDC for Ghana, I report yeah, you better be almost your Mumpe. And now say Ghana, so I report yeah, empty to Sina here. Health insurance, then I buy it. Master, here I buy it. Little Martin, I buy it. Free ticket, here I buy it. Never for I buy it. The end is for them.
Okay. Hello. Good morning. Yes, sir. Honey Valley.
Let me tell you what that man, municipal chief for Honibari, and Chamama Apia Kuntu Danso, the chairman, constituency chairman of Honibari. Oh, my. How many camper appear to you and Silicon? Let's say, oh, who Babu will run the honorable that money I know will not sit down for this to happen. When you're straightforward person, and you want now, but who's a man saying? No more than the power. No, I was on Kahudu who Babu will. Honorable that money, Trahoma will sit down with a map my way. Think that the social media less than a moment. Let's say, and it's a pro. And then about pattern. And then young was to come. Mr. Caban, another more money to come forward with them. Another more man, I managed to cut them back. I'm an infant for medical review.
Okay, may I say, my Fufoso Emra. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Open it you.
Mepacho, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, sir.
Mepacho, Michiao.
Me just so.
Now I chair my own team, Mama. Now I chair me MP, Collins Adumako Nyansa, indefatigable MP, workaholic MP, hardworking MP, Michiano. Now I chair Mama. Chair my own team, so still maintain. still maintain no matter what. Yan to aba emma dear entimi defend the party wo. Ya be to aba emma dear ebetima defend the party ni ewie wo na adu wo nsuom wo bibia mu dear wa kumafa emma party ni ya bonfire emma delegates fair edanu duru a obia kwoto aba ya muntuma chema Wontumi.
Okay. Grazie. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, boss. Me pacho wudi na mintio.
Efraim Kojo Owushi.
Kojo Frefre.
Me Frefre Accra.
Accra, ma mintio Kojo.
Ah. Me Frefre Accra. Ah, o de yehu ade me Frefre Accra benefit ma se askole mampon.
Me pacho ofra either obetwon free TV or radio no ho anase o the volume no be call from na yenya a free conversation. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Ohiniba.
Yes, sir, meet you, boss.
Ohiniba, we are not ready boko Midiani match. Frank at the Federation of Miabra. Amintia is the president. Now Amintia chairman, the governor, Wontumi. Now Amintia, just MP, Honorable Dr. John Ampunche Kuma, the Deputy Minister of Finance. Ohiniba, Kakra make an say. Do maybe an MP before I said the conduct say co-position. What you say? We are doing station for the bit me said that flat. Said the governor, Wontumi. Why yes, sir? What kumu bikwa ono so yenko go on kumfo. The American MP before say we the grassroots me no kasa me polling station youth organizer. Yen ye kwa check constituency for kwa to abade ama omu. Is there omu so no yen ye kwa nipa say nipa woni nipa na mo kwa to abanfa ma omu the original. Na ukwo na uba yen nipa ye se pen no so ukwo sem no yiba akukura bo film a. Menya so betime constituency mu. Ngaka me polling say be say break the 8 na. Chama the governor Wontumi on the kwa break the 8 no. Ohiniba meda wase.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, boss. Me pacho wudi e bia free na mintio.
Me pacho. Yes, friend Kojo Minta.
Kojo mpacho mitio.
Me pacho. The NDC for yi NT 11 no. NT me pacho ya do mo kokoto enye ya na.
Eno de minimum mra ya kwa no record be de bebo mu.
So almost so mo mpene.
Okay. Yeah, be sure. Right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Ohiniba.
Yes, boss.
Good morning.
Good morning, senior. Me pacho meet you.
Ohiniba, me pese me ba ehon mo be program.
Oh,
MPP youth organizer. Ghana Bar.
MPP youth organizer wa hen?
Ghana Bar. Meduma constituency.
Oh, okay. Me pon from the Yankasa. Why? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir, boss. Ejuma da se meet you.
Yo. Levy chow edin free Aguna Swedru Aguna West constituency e ho na mi chow no pay. So na wo kumasi boko de.
Kumasi boko.
Akra edi kamenka e papa ya de na e wo fa Chema Wontumi so. Akra etu anyesi ayefo no omo ma adwenda ho se e wo fa Chema Wontumi. Ono na ba ya wo gbe radio station e be compete NDC for no be sha na MPP opposition media ko ne be na ye se ni radio station ko ni TV station a e se da kai party mu asa ma 14 le pa na do dan ko akutuado e ye wo man mu eni ntino e tu ayefo no omo nim na so ko tu aba e di tiate ma wo me bo nkofo to so do am ya be kuma ya be gwa wo papa akwa de to mi no wo hwe ye nuanom NDC for na adibiela MPP for da ba oman mu no ye buku sem no omo tiate e no mu nsua no mu nkoso nkobuta papa o dey tentwani a wache wo man mu meka ya e papa kofo e dey health insurance ba and before you get to parliament almost so mun tibida people dey go hospital ana be gba I got to me no today you dey there e dey aye wo for kata no mun ti ache ni nti almost enye then yankopon ya adom e dey break 80 16 na se gaga na wona ye kwa omo meka so omo no ma be because health insurance am ka say enye but the rate no mo say o me one time premium akra e je sem se ko se ko temle agin sem akra mi akwenye dem tra wa from you na mi kem ko e jo so ani apa me no me bra statement and set adoko o mi na jo so apa me.
Let us see. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, boss.
Opinion. Oh, what is it?
Adam Oswe.
Yeah, Nyamina Adam.
Great. Meet you.
Wontumi de obi anja na se ma no. Nyame ahyira no. Nyame so hyira obi a. Atamfofo so pa kwan a omudi ni baba fom. Ti se wo hwa 2024 police station 2008 police station executive forms no one etua buna hafu nyina
aya buna hafu
buna hafu nyina nya wontumi na etua ana
yeah buna hafu region police station forms no tua nyina kama awomu
nya wontumi na etua
yeah
me wo mo fra me tire ya haya me ka se free kadre so.
Okay. Kadres no our fine.
Our Kintampon of Kadres.
Oh, okay. All right.
I am kai omo. Our Kintampon of. Ya wontumi aye.
Okay. Let us my main family last two callers na fancy na sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, boss. Meet you.
Yes. Me pacho. Say, your family you say for more for me because free cryptos.
Okay.
Say, taxes at the papa. Nemum more wrong with the no more no food media. Let us one is a crop bank.
Yeah.
And the whole was a show ye pa corruption. No was a block media. The country can go forward. Otherwise, country ain't me connecting with that.
Great. Let us see. My last caller. Good morning. All right. Wontumi hold you on. Yeah, fancy. I come. Yeah, sorry. Nah, many antech for me.
The will of people, no. The will of God.
Yeah.
He said the chairman Nkrofo Bonabasu. Meaning say, engineer Dr. Free Beko transfer. Akwa somo movement TV. Kwako somo. So be bodwuma dia boa pa.
Omu we test na. Omu bonyum radio no ni TV ni so movies ni are na.
The other side be
academic patriots. You person my ho be bia 1 or 2 weeks.
Yes.
Se modwuma mu hihye be mamu kwan na nki akotena ho. Your program no free ho no mu dia ba. Ntino etimu ejina wi a ni eja ho dia ma wo mu. Ni abaye kuma se na afi no. Omu so atwaso.
Brema you Jesus me fa.
Dr. Samuel Efria de Kamaida. Me bacho yen sorry.
Me kama June.
Come on say June. That's what the people man say.
1,000 Ghana cedis. 22 years.
Krema bi mfa homa ko
I found the gram. Na Assemblies of God, wife, the wife, old soldier, 84 years. They be our hell.
I'm very grateful to you.
Right.
Amen. Meba antake ba